Welcome to Back of the Rack, Status Check, a video podcast with two more niggas about the greatest game of all time, life. With me, I got two special guests. Care to introduce you guys?
Community Splash.
Nebula.
And where? I was about to say, and where can you find them? But that feels so informal. Fuck that.
We're on cue.
Fuck it, we're in now. Fuck it, bro.
You
want to record? Fuck it, we tried. It's been a minute since we. Yeah, man. Let's just jump right into it, bro. So, how do we meet? Like all of us. Like how did this happen?
I got the story.
Yeah,
so,
he got the story crazy.
Nev and I talk about this all the time. So I was randomly scrolling on TikTok and I just happened to see some Parasite Eve there. It was like some random Parasite Eve thing. I said, Nev, look at this. I sent it to Nev. We checked out y'all page and we were just looking at stuff. And I was like, their channel looks really, really good. I'm like, why do they not have more people? So we just joke and say it's always fake. I should say that happened. Why we even saw y'all, because I just happened to like Parasite Eve. I got into like collecting games and stuff more, and then I just happened to finally play Parasite Eve, and then bam, y'all popped up, and I was like, oh, that's the algorithm doing its thing.
Damn.
So it was right one of the random events that just happened.
Yeah, we kind of
it was a canon event, you could
everything. Like we was like, we got to get on all their socials. What's going on? So we popped up on y'all YouTube, and it was like, oh, y'all got a fire podcast. So we watched it, and I was like, I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Like, this is fire. Like, seriously, because we never really seen like somebody do like the aesthetics that y'all do, and like the type of effects and everything. I was like, this is different. Did we just open something crazy just now? Like, did we just find out?
We were surprised, very shocked. We were not expecting that. We went there. I was like, this looks really good. Yeah, I was like, who are these niggas?
That's crazy, man. That makes me feel like a proud father, man. Because me and Bendezzer in the background, we be like, bro, is niggas fucking with us? Nah, we gotta change this shit around, man. Like that. Nah. But that's good to hear, bro.
I don't know how y'all appeared on my algorithm, but y'all appeared, because I didn't search nothing Parasite Eve, nothing. It just happened. Hey, TikTok
we was just talking about
this
Parasite
thing.
Eve,
and
it just happened. Yeah.
That's big China, as the American government would tell you. China listening. But how did you guys meet? Like you two, like, because you guys are also a friendship that brewed online.
Nah, Nev. I'm saying this. Nah.
Okay.
You know, me, big community, 10K at the time, 11K, 12K. We had this guy right here being a fan of me, talking about I enjoy your videos.
Oh, no.
I was just like, oh, thanks.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Nah, so what really happened was, so I found like his videos. They just popped up on my FYP. And at first, I was just like, "Oh, he talking about an anime I know. Okay, cool. I guess I'll like keep watching and see what else he talk about." But there was one anime that I literally thought nobody really knew like that, and it was Chill School Road. And I was like, "Nah, I gotta follow him for real." So I started following him, and I guess he noticed that like over time I just kept commenting because he kept talking about things that I like watched that not really a lot of people talk about on, especially at the time of TikTok, because everybody was really talking about like, big popular anime and stuff like that, but he wasn't doing that. So I was like, let me go ahead and keep following. And then he followed me back eventually.
Nah, as I would say it, he was a fan.
Nah, shut up.
He was a fan, big fan.
Ain't no fan.
It's because I saw him supporting, and then I was like, you know what, he sound cool. And then we followed each other, and then he messaged me, and then we got in a call on Discord, and we talked for a whole hour. And then next thing you know, I introduced him to one of my other friends, and the next thing you know, we have 8-hour basically calls every day on the phone. While he at work, basically. While I'm at work, while I was being a bum, not having work, living my life.
That's tough.
Yeah, I know he pulled a wild card because he DM'd me on TikTok, and he was like, "You want to hop on Discord?" I'm like, "Discord." I'm like, I ain't never heard nobody say that. No, because nobody has ever like hit me up to be like, hey, let's go ahead and talk. And I was like, talking, and I'm an introvert, and I have social anxiety, so me talking to people, I'm just I don't know, but I'm like, you seem cool, so I'm just like, let me go ahead and go in there. And then we spent like 4 hours on the phone.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, because that's actually how we met. It was just a random.
That's crazy.
I think Bendezzer liked a random tweet of mine, and then I just lurked on his page. I went on his YouTube. I watched the Trials of Cold Steel video he made, and I was just in the Genshin Impact video. I think you dropped like the first Genshin Impact video, and then I DM'd him immediately. I was like, "Yo, let's work."
Yeah,
in the very first
episode. I was just starting my YouTube journey essentially, and I think you had been for a while talking about MMOs on YouTube.
Yeah, that's back in
then
my
on
MMO days.
I love me a good MMO. I would have found your page because at the time I was on the internet bad, especially about MMOs. I would try to find a new one like every single week.
Bro,
and there was only a few people talking about MMOs, especially specifically anime ones. So
yeah, there isn't much after
it was
Cry.
It was a wild
I think his name was Cry, like Asian dude. He's got all the
tattoos. I remember Cry. Yeah.
After he left, I was like, damn, what the fuck do I do? But yeah, we were supposed to do Blade Storm as like a one-on video, and then I think halfway through playing it, we were like, bro, you want to just make this a podcast? And then just like y'all, we've talked every day. Not call, but we've talked every day. I feel like we're both like claustrophobic. I mean, not a claustrophobic. What's the word I'm looking for?
Chimera. Just
we never let you live that down.
Hey, I was rolling when I saw that in the video. I was dying.
We was on the phone when he pointed that out.
Then you went to correct him, and you even said the wrong one.
You said Chimera. I was like, Camaro.
I was like, the car?
Wait, what? Wait, I said Camaro?
Yeah, no, you said Camaro, but it sounded like Camaro.
Yeah, the way you said it.
That was funny.
That's that West Coast accent coming out.
Camaro.
Buster. But
yeah, but after we sort of like talked about that first episode, we sort of like were thinking of how we were gonna design the podcast, and we talked about like a lot of the games that, you know, and I feel like we've told this many times on other episodes, but yeah, we talked about like how there's games that people don't talk about on the internet, you know, or they do like in a very like laissez-faire, like, oh yeah, there was this one sequel to this game that no one played, but whatever, it was bad. And I'm like, well, what if we just give those games a chance? Like, what if we just go back and play some of these games that don't really have like solid coverage beyond just like someone giving you like Parasite Eve came out this day and this day. Like what if we just had like a more book club kind of like, you know, thing about it? And I guess me and Sondi were big collectors too, so we were just picking up random shit and be like, dude, did you? I have this random copy of Stolen or fucking, you know, Chorokyu. Yes, yeah. And so we were like, I don't have any friends that do that pick up just random PS2 titles or PS1 games.
That's so fun.
So I was like, dude, you and me are the only people that like seem to really be into that. So let's fucking do like a whole podcast.
Let's do a thing.
Like that.
Yeah, and then it got like deeper, and Sondi has put it as like it's really just a podcast about our friendship over the years, because it's like we talk almost every day, you know, and for 4 years back to back.
There's certain things like y'all stuff.
Yeah, easily you could tell. It was like when you watch the podcast, the way they joke. This man say, "Where
y'all got
where
good
you from?"
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you from? He's like, I don't mean to sound racist, but where are you from?
Where are you from again? Africa.
That's crazy. No. If you able to joke with your friend like that, y'all got a good friendship.
Yeah. You know, now that you say that is kind of crazy, because there is certain friends that I have that like are friends, but I'm like, I can't joke with this nigga. They'll take it too literal, and I'll be like, all right, bro, my fault.
They're gonna take it to heart. No, I'm a clown, so I'm gonna clown. I'm sorry. You can't. That's a prerequisite. If you can't handle that, I'm so sorry. You can't.
Yeah, I sent a picture to Sondi of my Halloween outfit on Halloween, and I wasn't wearing shoes, and I have massive feet. And this nigga was roasted me immediately. Didn't say anything about my costume. I was like, oh yeah, that's how I know he's like my real friend, because he's like, boy, them fucking hobbit toes. Like, I was like, God,
nah, them shit was crazy, bro. That shit looked like La Cienega, bro. That shit was crazy.
La Cienega.
Hey, that's what I was thinking. I remember
La Cienega is the winner.
Bro, like them joints was like this.
It was,
like,
yeah.
Damn.
Pterodactyls.
Yeah. There,
I got big feet.
It's unfortunate.
Damn.
Well, I think it looks weirder because I'm also shorter than you too. So, like what size do you wear?
I wear a 12.
Okay,
Dang.
see, I wear an 11, and you were
that's
how much
crazy.
taller than me?
And I'm
crazy.
like,
Yours
2 feet taller than
That's
you.
I wear 10 and a half, so like close to 11. So like we not.
You know, I'm
that
12
far
through 13.
See what's
Yeah, how
crazy
tall are
is
you?
Yeah.
Calm.
I used to
Huge.
think I wore a 14 for like most of my teenage years. Like I used to get Jordans and everything in like size 14, 15s until I started working at like a boot store, like a work boot store. And I had to measure my feet, you know,
Yeah,
just
you
to
got the
learn
actual-
how to do it. And then I was like, wait a minute. This says I'm 11 and a half, bro. What you talking about? And I started wearing boots at work, and I'm like, everything's 11 and a half. You've been telling me this whole time. I couldn't have broke my arm if I fucking didn't wear a size 14 Van, because that's exactly what happened. I fell off a roof, and I broke my elbow because my my shoe got stuck in the gutter jumping off the roof.
Dang.
Because
And then it's
your
like-
shoes are
Vans
too
long as
big.
hell too.
Exactly. If
Oh,
I wasn't
yeah.
wearing a size
It's a lot.
14,
You didn't have a whole bunch of
fucking-
space in them shoes?
Nah. It was.
Oh, he
I
did
have
the
slender
folded
feet,
sock
though.
technique.
Yeah,
crazy.
I have slender feet, so maybe I don't know.
You filled them
Interesting.
hoes out.
Wait, so Neb and Com, how tall are you guys?
I'm 6'2".
Okay,
I'm like
that's
5'8".
Sondi, right? Sondi, you're 6'2"?
Yeah, on a good day.
Okay.
Yeah, so me and Neb were like on the
For
For the
same
O's,
spectrum
I'm
of height.
6'2".
Yeah, I'm 5'8".
Yeah, I'm 5.
I'm normal height.
10. Yeah.
Crazy.
So, tall ass niggas. Must be nice. Must be
It has to work
nice.
sometimes. You know, there's occasions.
But the
Do you guys ever get like did you ever play basketball? Like comment or whatever?
bro
Like,
all the
Oh,
time?
I got
It's
that all the
actually
time,
annoying
even
as
though I
shit.
did.
I clown with
play
him all the time
basketball.
about that. He be hooping.
But hey, I was athletic, so yeah, I was playing basketball.
I saw that in real time at a Walmart once. There was a tall dude walking by and some little kid, and he's like, "Whoa, you're tall as fuck. Did you play basketball?" And he's like, "I did in high school." And he's like, just like this interaction was so quick, and I was like, "Is that what tall people have to deal with all the time?
All
just
the
like
time,
random
bro.
people asking like, did you play
that,
basketball?"
and when you tell people like you got like a big shoe size or like you're tall, then they're like,
Oh my god.
big feet.
You know what they say.
You know what they say about big feet? It's like, shut the fuck up, please. Please don't ask about this. This is awkward now.
That's a crazy thing to ask some stranger.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
crazy.
Same
or
thing
just
with,
look
like-
at him crazy.
Same thing with big hands.
You know
They
what they
say
say.
they'd be like, if your hand's bigger than your face,
You got cancer.
but you got
What? What?
If
You
your
ever
hands
see
are
that
big-
thing where somebody would go like this and then they would smack your hand?
Oh,
Oh,
They
wait,
slap your
okay,
face off.
okay,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I was trying to say. They
yeah,
were joking,
yeah.
say because they were joking, saying if
That's
your hands bigger than
crazy.
if your hands bigger than your face, you got cancer. And then somebody would
So-
do it, and then you just smack them. Yeah,
That's
Damn.
really
That's
funny.
crazy.
yeah
The
that's
things
really
that
wild.
we used to do when we was younger, bro. It's crazy.
I think the funniest part and why I asked you guys to be on this podcast is because fuck this second question I have for you guys. Let's go straight into the third. How the hell did 4 differently aged niggas from 4 different quadrants of the United States
yeah.
all fall in love with anime, all fall in love with weird games, all fall in love with making music and making content? How do we all get here? That's
That's
my
a good
real
question.
question.
It was
Fate.
the journey. It was the journey. It was
I want to
meant
know
happen.
everybody's origin story because I don't even think I've heard
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
origin story either. I want to hear everybody. I want to hear how
Who wants
the
to start?
first weird. I'll start.
wants to
it
cry
out.
first?
You like, okay.
In 5th grade, that's how Sondi actually came about. I had joined a Naruto role playing forum on Pro Boards.
Oh god.
And this is back when like Naruto Central, before it was like manga stream and everything. I was like on their forums, and then I eventually found this other forum, and the translation for the third Hokage's name is like Sandaime with an A, and I fucked up and put a O because that's what the site said. And so my name was Sandaime as like a reference to the third Hokage, because in the English dub, that's when he just died, was around that time, like 5th grade for me. And so I was like, shout out to my nigga Third Hokage. I'm a rep the set on this site.
Man, niggas in
And-
Naruto. There's like a
Yeah.
spiritual bond with.
No,
I don't know what it is.
seriously.
And at that same time, I downloaded Hypercam and a ROM of Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland and recorded a Let's Play and uploaded it to YouTube. It's been deleted, but I recorded a Let's Play of me playing Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. with unregistered hypercam footage in middle school.
Just to throw that out there, it's deleted.
Yeah, you can't find that shit. I've trounced the internet.
From the internet.
Scrubbed. That Trust and I think used to do like Pokemon reveals. Like that's when Pokemon Black and White was coming out, and Koro. I was like, oh my god, the squeaky voice. Like, oh my god, did you see this? This new Pokemon. Its name is Oshawott. I was, and then after that, I just slowly kept doing it randomly throughout the years. I would do like a random like news reaction video until I started doing MMO videos, and then I was like, fuck MMOs. And then this popped up. So now I've been doing this ever since.
Yeah. And your channel like
That's
had
funny.
Some growth too. Like you had like a lot of
I got a lot of hate. That's what I got. I got a lot of people. I would be like,
but you had a lot of
some shit, and they would be like, you're some shit. You didn't even fucking get to the fucking end game. You didn't pay $1,000, and I'd be like, all right, bro. I'm moving on to the next one, and then the same
they used to be
cycle
crazy
release.
on that.
You're pay to win, and I'd be like, all right, I guess I am.
Sit your mom.
Type shit.
Man, I remember them comment sections of those MMO videos. They used to be some basement dwellers. I swear, like some
MMO subreddit is still a lawless land, bro. You better off just like logging off and finding an MMO on your own. You're not gonna find anything a worth note on the MMO subreddit or in a comment section on the MMO.
Sondi, what made you want to start creating the like videos that you were creating? That like sort of.
I don't know. I just watch YouTube. I mean, that's back how. That's how you. To wrap it all back together, that's how you used to watch anime back in the day. You would watch Naruto Shippuden episode 1, part 1 on YouTube. So I was watching Naruto on there, and then you'd see Tatsudoshi or fucking Squee or trying to think of all these other Chugga Conroy, just random Let's Players back in the day. So, and you're 5, you're like 10 years old, you're impressionable. So you're like, Mom, can you buy me a Dazzle? I need to be doing what they doing. Let me get Windows Movie Maker and start making shit when you're habitually online as a kid.
I remember that Windows Movie Maker. I used to make a couple of videos in that.
Yo, man. Top 5 Naruto characters. The blue background.
All right, who's next?
That popped off because of those.
Like shit.
Really?
Yeah, there's a creator I used to rock with heavily. He don't make content no more, but like he popped off from those. From doing top 5. So top 5s used to be a thing like 5-6 years ago. Anything you do a top 5, top 10, they would always go viral.
Yeah,
that's facts.
So are we going all the way back, like anime wise, or just in general?
We going all the way back, just in general.
Okay. If we go anime wise, then that's mainly because my brothers grew up watching anime, and then I just watched it because of them, and then I got into it because Dragon Ball Z, and that's the starting point for almost every nigga, for the most point. If you don't know what Dragon Ball Z is, then you've been living under a rock. But it was always Dragon Ball Z. And then throughout the years, I would watch stuff if I had it on VHS or DVD. But then I didn't get super heavy until anime until like, what was it? 2017 is like when I started watching like the amount of seasonal anime that I watch, because I watch a lot of seasonals, like a lot. Like that list you saw of Nevs,
it's insane.
It ain't.
He's insane.
I'm watching.
He's a psychopath.
I don't know how I do it, but I do it. Is because I'm watching like I watch 35 to 40 anime per season for seasonals. And I keep up with it along with having a life, because I did this at the peak of my life, which was being in college, having a girlfriend, playing games, having to go to school, having to work, having a social life. And I was doing all this and maxing anime into along with like binging anime, because I binge stuff at night. That's when I binge.
This man in an asylum. Quick.
That is wild.
That's crazy.
That's like the crazy time management.
It's even worse now because I make content. But yeah, that's about like the anime side. I mean, because like I was watching stuff throughout Toonami throughout all those years and other stuff too. But I just like started watching a lot of seasonals, because before that I would just watch stuff that I would be like, oh, this looks cool. But then around 2017 is when I was like, yo, you know what? I'm missing out on a lot of anime. Let me just binge some stuff. And then I was like, then I got into that rabbit hole. It started with 20 turned into 40, and then I do it every season, and then make videos on TikTok, and then sometimes make a video on YouTube that I don't want to do, but I do it, even though this season I skipped because I was lazy. But yeah, that's the anime side. But content curation side, I was bored at work because I used to work at a movie theater and it was super dead. And my friend and I there, we just was super bored. So we turned over the sheet that had like all the times when the movies get out, and we were just talking about some of the cartoons and we were just like naming them, and we ended up having 107. So I said, you know what? My dad got a camera. Let's record. So I had him and then my nephew come over, and we made a video of ranking 107 now 107 cartoons, and it was broken up into a 7-part series. And then I just started uploading there, but I didn't really know what I was doing at all because the thumbnails ain't that good. The editing is super basic editing, but TBH, that's my whole style on my channel is super basic editing, but it got me somewhere. But that happened, but I didn't get my... Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does. Hey, I got my first breakthrough when I made like a 10 anime you can watch on Funimation. It blew up. And next thing you know, I had 252 subs. And then next thing you know, by like November of that year, I got to 1K and I got the monetization. So I was like, oh, I can actually do this. But then the next year, I made the mistake of talking about The Promised Neverland Season 2 because them videos went viral. Oh. Like viral. I had a dude write a whole paragraph basically comparing the Promised Neverland Season 2 to The Lord of the Rings. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah,
I made it, I guess.
They forced it at that point.
Yeah, they forced it. They were saying because Lord of the Rings cut out the characters in the movie and comparing it to The Promised Neverland. I'm like, dog, this is not the same.
They wrote a thesis statement and embedded assessment.
We get that sometimes. We get a couple times. A couple of times we'll get a random comment where I'm like, oh, this is more than 2 paragraphs. Oh,
they don't have jobs. I ain't no way.
Yeah.
How you write that?
I respect
you want to see some books. You want to see some books. Look at my Resident Evil video.
Yeah,
my Resident Evil video got books.
Having the fandom and having the passion to even write 2 paragraphs on a random YouTube video, because trust me, I just look at YouTube videos and I'd be like, yeah, that guy's wrong. Anyway, clicking out.
Yeah, I don't know how
exactly.
I don't know how people do that. But then that's my journey on YouTube, and then just continue, and then I made videos. But then TikTok is interesting because I didn't like TikTok. I thought it was an app for little kids to dance.
Still don't.
And that's what I thought it was. But then I made a video on an anime called School Days. It went viral, and I mean viral, like 100K, in a few days. I was losing my mind. I didn't know what I was like. Oh, I got to be a content creator. Because before that, I was uploading random stuff, and I was like, "Is this real?" Because look, it was crazy. Because I had a crazy streak. Because I posted my next video got 20K. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, is this what like life is like for people that get a lot of views? So I just started pumping out videos. Then I even got a shout out by like another big creator, and that even boosted my momentum. And then once that happened from there, I started doing top 10s, and like people kept asking me like, oh, what do you think about this anime? So I became the person that people are like, oh, he's seen every anime. Ask him about if he's seen this or seen that. And then I started making videos on that, and then it just over time I became the seasonal person too on TikTok because somebody asked me about seasonal anime, and then videos went viral.
You said, let me show you my calendar real quick.
Yeah, like like Mariah Carey, like how she always comes around when it's Christmas time. That's how I am when it comes to seasonal time because I'm like, hey, I'm always there, first one posting. unless I'm busy, I'm usually the first one posted, and then videos. I will say the videos this year they weren't hitting like usual because TikTok is on some BS, but usually they go crazy. Rest in peace. But that's kind of the journey. Like it was more of just basically being bored at work turned into making content.
That's how it be.
It do be like that for real.
That's how it be. That's how it started with me when I got back into doing MMO content. I started working at Starbucks, and then I had enough bread. I was like, let me go ahead and buy an Elgato. Let me go ahead buy me a good gaming PC. Oh, now I'm recording shit, and then now you're stuck in it.
Say, here I am.
Oh, I got another one though, because I made my side channel. That's because I saw y'all, and that made me inspired to finally make gaming videos. So I will say that my side channel was inspired by y'all.
Y'all extra kicked them because I've been trying to kick them. I was like, do it, you'll be successful.
Yeah, because I just never thought I could make video game content, but hey, I mean, I had 2 videos do well. It was because it was Resident Evil on controversial stuff.
Hey, listen, I still struggle with making like YouTube videos when it comes to video games. Like certain videos that we did, like the rhythm game video, and then like the other like MMO videos. Those are more like stories to me. Like those are just reminiscent about childhood. But like, I feel you.
The
how it's like
grind.
Now it's like, damn, that pressure where and everybody's like, all right, when you gonna do Resident Evil 4? When you gonna do Resident Evil 5?
Yeah.
Look, somebody asked me, they saw Parasite Eve in the background. They're like, make a Parasite Eve video. And I'm just like, you know, like, I gotta play.
Let me lock in.
Like, that's the problem. Like, the problem I have is like, I gotta play this game again. Yes, I know it, but I gotta play it because I gotta get footage.
Record it.
Also, I want to remember.
I gotta write a script.
Yeah.
I gotta record the script.
Yeah.
I gotta edit the thing, then edit the gameplay on top, then upload it just for you to say I got the wrong opinion.
Hey, that Resident Evil 0 video
for real.
took so long to finally get made, especially because I got sick. I got sick on the week because I had the spring break because I work at a school and I had the spring break week. I was going to record that in a whole bunch of videos. I got sick and I couldn't. So it took forever to put out. Damn. It's a shame.
We didn't talk for a minute. That's how you know he was sick.
How did you get into content creation?
Ooh. Actually, it's kind of the same thing, low-key. Truck, please. But it's kind of the same thing, low-key. But I started content creating like when I was in like primary school, to be honest, and the game I started with was Roblox. To believe it or not, like I loved Roblox. Like Roblox was like the thing, and me and my friends would always play. And I was like, you know, and I would be watching like a lot of gaming content and people who made like Roblox content at the time, and I was like, let me try to get me a laptop, and this was like the worst laptop imaginable. Like
that boy got a ThinkPad.
Bro, bro, that thing barely ran. Actually, it was running Windows 7.
That's not so bad though.
And then I upgraded to like Windows 10, so it got like a lot better. So I was recording on I think OBS or like this. No, it was this free software, and I was recording on there, and I made videos. I started my channel up. My friend who drew at the time drew me like a little character or whatever. And I started uploading on there. They are gone now. I erased them from the face of this earth because it is so embarrassing.
I am pro delete all of your embarrassing content.
Yeah, it was so cringy. Like, oh my gosh. Like me and my friend also we started doing Minecraft too. So we were doing Minecraft videos and stuff like that. Those were kind of funny. I kind of wish I didn't delete those, but you know, it is what it is.
You gotta delete them because you're gonna go back and be like, "Damn, that was embarrassing."
Yeah, it was really bad. But that's how I started. I started on YouTube, and then when I got older, and like, of course, I did more like other games. I think that I was playing this game called L Sword. It was an MMO. And I used to play that all the time. I didn't pay a dime on there, but I just had fun because it was like a beat 'em up type thing. Like,
who did you
scroller. I think it was the giant cannon.
See, I knew you was my nigga. I knew exactly.
Yeah,
I knew you was my nigga. Yeah, because I played L Sword as well, and I played with the girl with the bow. That was my main.
Yeah.
I started making the dude with the cannon, but yeah, real ones.
No, the cannon was fun. Like the cannon was really fun. But I would stream on there. I think I streamed on there for like 6 hours straight, like at a time. So I would be streaming and all the time. And then I got tired of gaming content low key, and I got into like music promotion because my other friend, she was doing it and she got like a ban off of it at the time. In like this was like high school. She got a ban off of it. So I was like, let me do this with like EDM music, like from Japan and stuff like that. So I would see other people who made that type of content, and I saw like all of the animation things that they were doing. I was like, how are they doing that? That's how I learned After Effects in like 1 year. So that's how I learned all of the things in editing that I do now in my videos. That's how I learned that. And then I found TikTok, just like Community said. I thought TikTok was for dancing and stuff like that. I didn't even think people was talking about anime on there. The only anime-esque thing I saw was like cosplay stuff. And I'm like, I don't care about that like that.
They still run the app.
Yeah, they still run the app. So I was like, you know what? I kind of was getting fed up because like everybody was talking about anime, but they wasn't talking about anime. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Let me get on here and do my Diddy Bop. And I did my Diddy Bop.
Yeah.
And it got more serious because like I started to get a fan base and all of my videos started to do really, really well. And then I got serious about it. I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll get a second desk. And I got a second desk. And honestly, shout out to this content creator on YouTube, Ken, because I got really inspired by his videos. And I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can do if I can do this on TikTok. So I started doing it. I started recording with my camera. I record in like portrait mode, so I kind of get like the blurry background effect and stuff. And the quality was really good. And my videos from that point on only got like, they were getting like over 1,000 views each video, like consistently. And it just kept going up. And then I hit my 10K not too long ago. Actually,
yeah, congrats!
Clap it up! Clap it up!
Congratulations, man!
Yeah.
Clap it up!
And then TikTok started acting crazy, bro. They started acting weird.
Man, them damn politicians, man.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro,
Well, the
like,
algorithm too
it
is
was
funky, right?
Yes,
Isn't
it
constantly
is.
changing.
They losing our app. They taking away our app.
like my videos was hitting, like recently it was hitting like 5 to 10K, 23K, 30K per video. And I posted like a couple weeks ago, that mug got 200 views in 10 hours.
That's crazy.
What?
So
Then
so
I
I'm
tried
not
to
really
post
familiar
again and it
with,
happened
like-
again. I'm like, what's going on?
I'm not really familiar with like TikTok, but like, what like equates like a like, oh shit, like this is viral? Because I know like with YouTube, like if you get like maybe like 5,000-10,000, it's like, okay, you good. Like that's a
I'd
size.
say like
So,
200K plus.
Yeah.
So
I
like
mean,
that's
so
like the equivalent.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it depends. I mean, if you want to know if a video is going viral, if you in the first hour, if it's above 1,000+ views before like an hour, your video is gonna go viral.
Yeah, pretty much.
And depending on how high it is, it could go viral.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy that
let's
you
say
can know
you
that
get
just off of like
3K
the initial
before an
hour.
Yeah, 3K before hour, yeah, it'd be nuts.
Yeah,
And
that'd be
it'll
crazy.
blow up to like 10, and then next day it'll be even higher, and it keeps going. But it just depends on like how fast it does. I mean, the meta has changed on TikTok, because when my first video that ever blew up, that was vastly different than what it is now. Because I think that boy got 10K in the first day, then it was like 50 in the next 3 days, and then like by the following week it was at 100K. So I mean, I've had a lot of different ones that have blown. Because I had one that had 800K, and it just continuously just grows. And then also I had one that got like 500K about real life video game girls. Just know I had to mute them comments super fast.
That was so bad.
Yeah.
Shout out
That was so
Freestyler
bad.
Blade.
Yeah. Hey, just know they had 2B on there, and people were like, "Oh, I need to go buy me a 2B." And it got, at first it was funny, then I got all the weirdos on there,
Yeah,
and I
it
said,
got-
"You know
it
what?
got weird.
You got the
Comments
gooners
get
that
turned
come out
off."
of their cave and
Had
shit.
to mute the comments.
Yeah,
I know I
get
talked
rid
about
of 'em.
content creation, but I didn't talk about like my start with anime. But I would say my start with anime would be like I started watching anime when I was around 7 or 8 because of my cousin, and it started with Dragon Ball. He bought I think it was Dragon Ball Budokai 3, and we played that on I played that on PS2 for the first time. I've never seen this game in my entire life, and I was playing. I was like, "What is this?" So I would play it every single day. Every time I come home, I was like, "Let me get on the game. Let me get on the game." I kind of stole that game from him, low key. I ain't gonna lie, it was mine. So I got that game, and then he was like, He's like, "You need to watch the show." I'm like, "There's a show to this?" So I started watching it from there, and my mind was open. And then Toonami was
And
my
then
jam.
Toonami.
Yeah, Toonami really opened my mind to like so many different shows. Like I know everybody kind of has like this the same memory with Inuyasha. You wake up in the middle of the night and then the ending song Seboko Tachi wa Iku. Like low. I was like, what is this? Banger. So after that, it just went downhill. Like I got so neck deep in anime, it was kind of insane. So like we had like this dinosaur computer. I sat up there. I found there was a website that had every single Dragon Ball Z series. So they had from Dragon Ball all the way to, I think at the time, Kai. And
I think I know
watched
which one you're talking about, because they had like that fake
Yeah.
ass like Dragon Ball AF on there and shit too.
Yeah, they had that on there. I watched it all. Like I would watch it all, and it was.
I can't
such
lie.
a
You
great
saying
time.
dinosaur computer? I was thinking of an actual dinosaur computer.
Boy.
Some Flintstone
Hey,
shit.
it's
I
the
was
early
like, you got a
2000s. It
dinosaur
might
computer?
be.
Hey man, you ain't man.
I was like, what kind of computer he had? The actual one?
That mo was fat. It was fat. It was
so
fat and it was
interesting
slow.
that,
Like
like-
it had slow internet, but like I could watch everything I needed to on there. It was terrible quality, of course, but like I was watching all of Dragon Ball. Then I got into Naruto. I think it was the cafeteria tables was crazy because we would argue all the time, especially about Naruto and Dragon Ball. It was always Naruto and Dragon Ball.
Yep.
always box it out. And
Yo,
then Raging Blast came out, and he was like, He said, you can't mess with me in Raging Blast. You can't mess with me with Janemba. I'm cold in Janemba. It was a crazy time, and I don't think at the time people knew that I was as in anime as everybody else thought I was. Like, they thought I only watched like Dragon Ball and like Naruto. I'm like, nah, I was watching everything. Like, I would get like VHS tapes from like Goodwill. I would even like my mom at the time. I don't know if y'all remember. I mean, y'all probably remember from the library. You can check out like DVDs and VHS tapes. Yeah. So I would check those out, and I would watch those shows just randomly. My mama didn't know what that was, but I was like, "Oh yeah, cartoons. It's okay." Yeah. So she got them for me, and actually that's how I found out about a lot of things I probably shouldn't have found out at that age. I found out about Girls Bravo when I was watching the Dragon Ball Z VHS tape, because it got recorded on there, and I had no clue. I was like, "What's this?" And I was watching
Ninja Nonsense, Air Gear. I was watching some crazy shit in like 5th grade, bro. That was back in the day.
Queensblade on HBO.
Yeah, I just kind of watched whatever was on Comcast on demand, because used to have the anime network. I would just watch whatever the fuck was on there. I would my dad was the weirdo. He would go to like the bootleg man and be like, "Hey, let me get those copies of Big O, fucking etchy and shit like that." So I would be like in the background just like watching with him, like, huh, this is a crazy story. Yeah, it's kind of funny because because you're a 2000s baby, right?
Well, actually, in 2000.
Yeah, he's exactly 2000.
Yeah, exactly 2000. Like, it's kind of weird to think about, because you're saying like middle school for you is like Raging Blast, and I mean, yeah, it was. Yeah, no, yeah, I was leaving high school when Raging Blast.
No, not middle school. Raging Blast.
That was elementary for you.
Elementary.
It was elementary. Because
it was elementary.
I'm gonna say, because Raging Blast, I was leaving. Yeah, we were leaving middle school by that point. Yeah, and I remember like I used to have like Haruhi Suzumiya manga volumes, and people used to fucking clown me, bro. They was like, "Oh, you in that weird shit, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?" I used to have my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, because we used to play Yu-Gi-Oh at lunch. They used to cook me, bro. Like, I was like the stereotypical like nigga nerd.
I brought my Beyblades to school.
Bakugan,
and this I'm talking about the plastic ones, because my cousin,
the ones that break in one hit.
Yeah, we had the plastic one, and then I remember when Metal Fury came out, boy, it got upgraded. We was like, oh no, y'all not messing with me now.
I used to bring all that shit to school. They used to be like, Bakugan. Yeah, this dude is weird. This exact outfit, I used to wear this outfit to school, minus the shirt, but you know, I used to wear fucking basketball shorts and fucking Crocs to school, like.
All right, guys, just chilling. Hi, guys. You want to battle?
Mine was opposite of that. I said mine was, we was talking about NBA and Dragon Ball Z, Naruto. That was about it, and then other stuff.
Yeah,
that was mainly what mine was for the most part.
You're not safe, man. Go ahead.
Hey, they never asked me to bring up no other anime. They said Dragon Ball Z, Naruto. Hey. They didn't ask me about some high school DxD or anything.
They didn't ask me about Black Butler or anything.
Bruh, they tried to push me. I ain't gonna lie. I used to watch anime like all day at school, even on a bus, because I did not have a phone until I was in like 10th grade. I had a Kindle Fire that wasn't even mine. It was my sister's. I stole it. So I would download anime episodes on there and watch like romance anime and all kind of stuff on the bus. So they were like, "He watching that weird stuff. You watching those Chinese cartoons?"
Yeah, they used to cook
my
us.
Mom. I remember,
but they got scared when I said I wanted to fight. They were like, "Oh, wild card."
My mom would like, even till this day, like, I have some anime figures, and she's like, "Why do you like these Chinese sluts?" Like, damn, Mom.
Chinese what?
She's like, why should I dress like a slut? And I'm like, I
didn't dress her. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
That's crazy. Like, I don't know.
But
that's crazy.
Yeah, it is interesting because we're all similar. Well, I mean, Neb, you're 24, but like
23.
After you're 26, like and to 30, I feel like the age gap starts to blur a little bit. But a lot of the experience you guys are talking about is interesting because, I mean, for a long time, as you guys might remember, anime was not cool by any means. No. It was just it was not the lamest shit. you know, and I guess there's still that attitude with certain people, but I just remember growing up and like it just wasn't like you couldn't go to Target and find a fucking Jujutsu Kaisen Naruto shirt. Like that just wasn't a thing. But I guess let me talk about my content creation journey, which is kind of short, really. I was trying to create a YouTube channel at one point because I wanted to make use of how many games I was playing at the time. So I was like, well, what can I do to really squeeze more out of this? Because I just feel like I'm consuming content, but I'm not creating anything with it, you know? And I was making beats for the longest time. I was really into fashion for a very long time. And I just really like to talk about themes and stuff in JRPGs and stuff. So I was like, okay, what if I play one JRPG and then I create a beat based off of like a piece of the soundtrack, do a game fashion show where I talk about the outfits they wear in that game, and then also do a video maybe just talking about the game in general. And so that's where my plan was, to essentially just play one game, get 3 videos out of it, or 2 videos and like a beat out of it. And I only did 2. Yeah, I only did 2, Trails of Cold Steel and Genshin Impact, before I was like, nah, this is so exhausting. And I'm just like, you know, like, we're going to talk about it here soon, but like, I'm like, I don't know that JRPGs, all of them really click with me in the way that some of these niggas are playing them. Like,
they are playing JRPGs.
Like, I listened to like the JRPG podcast, and like I'm like, I couldn't play half of those. Like, they're just not for me, you know? And so I was like, I don't want to position myself as like some sort of like a JRPG expert, you know, because then people are gonna come at me, and I was like,
you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's like, you're a fraud.
So after the Genshin Impact, after the Genshin Impact video, that's when me and Sondi sort of met up, and we're like, well, let's, you know, we have all these other games, let's like make use of this, you know, just picking up random games and just playing them and talking about them. And so I just sort of left my channel, and it never really blew up, right? It's kind of blowing up now because one of my beats has like 10,000 views or something, and everybody's like subscribing, and I'm like, guys, I'm not doing anything
like,
on here.
You're like, I don't use this no more.
Yeah, but
go subscribe to Back of the Rack, please.
Yeah, just yeah.
I have a page like that.
And yeah, it's just weird. I'm just like, I don't know, like I don't really want to do anything on here just because all my focus is on Back of the Rack. But yeah, I think a lot of like the like I do a lot of like the slick editing and stuff that you guys, you know, were like, this is cool, because mainly one of the things I noticed, I'm like, there's just no cool people talking about games or anime.
There's no black people.
Yeah,
Facts.
There's
that's what it is.
There's no
None of
cool.
us.
Where's the nail?
Like there was just no cool
nail.
people.
Right
Like,
there.
I'm just like some nerdy, sweaty ass,
No
like
niggas.
typical, like, and I'm just like, let's make something cool, like slick, like let's
do something with it.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I started making MMO videos, because everybody, when you look up an MMO, like to try to find out if you even like it, just to look at some gameplay of it, half the time the video is of some dude at in game with like 50 fucking hotkeys doing like a raid, and you're like, what the fuck am I looking at? And when I made my like MMO videos, it was usually like I never hit max level. I just played for like a week or two and just was like, I fuck with it, or I didn't fuck with it. And this is what you could do in the game from what I've played so far. And that's what normal people would experience when they play an MMO. But like a lot of the times I feel like, and I feel that sometimes when I make videos too, where I'm like, I don't want to just like tell you the story of a game and then go into gameplay and then go into my gripes and all that shit like that. Like everybody does that. If you look up any video game on YouTube, there's 17 other people that have already explained the story from front to back while explaining the gameplay. What are we doing? We gotta do something different with this. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do something cool. And I think Back of the Rack is a good little differentiate, because I don't have to write a script and be superfluous.
Yeah, no, they be trying to put the biggest words in there. I'm like, bro, you gotta dumb that bit down. I know what you're saying, but like, you're
like
boring.
I want to just talk to people on the internet and be like, yeah, bro, that shit was just like cool, Mo. and that'd be it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's how you talk about it with your friends anyway. So like,
exactly, y'all the homies.
Like we're not using no superb vocabulary talking about no game, bro. Like, come on, not even anime. Like how I talk on, like, even though how I do my videos, how I'm talking to y'all is literally how I do my videos. There is no script. Off the dome.
At all.
You're braver
Same.
than me.
No script at all. I just put notes. Mine are just
Y'all are
straight
braver
up.
than me,
I put
man.
like a point or two that I might want to bring out, but everything else off the dome.
I wish I could link you guys.
I stopped code switching too.
Back at her. You got to stop code switching. You have to.
I stopped.
Listen, as a word of advice, I have learned that even in the corporate ladder, you cannot code switch, bro. That shit is. I've caught myself a couple times code switching, and this shit sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's one of those things that like a lot of people take for granted that they don't have to do. You know what I mean? Like I have to like catch myself. You know what I mean? And that feels gross sometimes.
Yeah, it does. Like I work in a school as a computer tech. Like, so I work at 2 schools. So talking computers and like I have to talk a certain way because it's like, you know, it's straight. So so I have to talk in a certain way to make them understand what I'm saying is the truth, and I'm not just like saying whatever and I don't know what I'm talking about. I feel like I hate that I like feel like that if I'm trying to explain something to you and I'm like, if I'm talking to you how I'm talking right now, they can be like, do you even know what you're talking about? Why would I be here? Like
I used to work.
Why would I be here? Come on now.
I used to work a call center job before the job that I had now, and I would catch myself like I would get those random meetings with the manager who would be like, "We're gonna re-listen to this call," and it's a call where somebody said something dumb, and I was like, "Yeah, bro." Like I've had those conversations in the workplace, and it's like I have to explain like I can't like dumb myself down or like I'm not dumb myself down, but you know, can't put on a tie and change who I am. You know what I mean? That's just who I am. I just
yeah.
I don't Southern, know. So it's hard.
Yeah, what you guys are talking about is interesting, code switching, because in terms of like when you're trying to be like professional versus when you're being personal with people, it is different. Like, there's a reason there's like slang, like you talk differently with your friends and stuff, but like when you're out in public and you're dealing with customer service or something and they're like talking to you like, yeah, bro, I don't fucking know what the fuck you want. Like, it's just like you do kind of want someone more professional. Like, oh, sir. Yeah, right. You want someone to be more professional when they're communicating to you about a specific thing. Like Neb, when you're talking about how someone's articulating computer stuff, you know, like if you're kind of just talking to them like your friend, sometimes it kind of comes off as like maybe disrespectful or like a certain, you know. So, but I understand what you guys are saying because it is tricky on like being yourself and just being able to talk like relaxed or just, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Sadly, you have to do that on TikTok too. Sadly, you have to.
Low-key.
Especially
do you guys have to
other
do
people,
the TikTok
other
voice?
People can.
Wait, you guys have to do like these are the top 10 enemies.
Oh, we don't do that. No, we don't do that. But like
that.
But like we don't cuss on there. But cussing will only happen if it's like for me, it's a cutoff if you cuss. Like it'll be like the video's about to end and I'm saying something, it'll cut off. But majority of the time we don't got none of that. Our slang will have a little bit in there. Like I'll have he got that shit on or something like that.
Right.
You have to like tone it down. It's like there's certain people that can, because there's a lot of people that drop hella F-bombs.
Yeah.
But if we do it, it's gonna get flagged.
I say main a lot. I say main a lot. I say hoe a lot. I say nigga a lot. I say all of that stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, I did have to refrain myself from saying like nigga on the podcast. Now we used to have a nigga counter. Nigga, that's a deep cut.
Bro. We used to have a real that mud by now.
Yeah, we used to have a whole nigga counter on the podcast, and then. I think it was Sean. Did Sean mention? I think it was Sean where he was like, as soon as we got shot on the podcast for the episode, the first thing he said, we hopped into Discord, he was like, "Oh boy, I wonder what the counter is going to be for this episode." And I was like, "Okay, I get it. Let me stop.
Let me chill out. It just feels weird. It just feels weird to like code switch because like I don't feel like my authentic self.
Yeah. Hey, Ned, that's like that person the other day trying to say, you sound white. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm just talking proper, huh? I'm like,
yeah, that's That's exactly.
I'm literally just talking proper because I'm on TikTok. You want me to?
You can't
talk a certain
win
type of different way. Yeah.
You can't win
At all.
I talk like this to Sondi, to anybody. You know, it's, I guess, beneficial for me because I do happen to speak more, like, I'm more articulate, I guess. I don't use slang and stuff like that. But I, with like black communities, talking to them, you know, I just like, it's immediately, oh, like, you sound white, like, oh, you don't fuck with us because you're talking. I'm like, I'm not. You want me to code switch because I'm talking to you guys?
This is just how I was raised.
This is how
I
decided to speak.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I have
it doesn't
two
mean I'll
sides.
fuck
Like, you
with
have
you
two
guys.
sides to you, so like I definitely have two sides. Like, I can definitely speak a lot more articulate because I do have a pretty large vocabulary thanks to my dad. Because my dad would like he had me, and both of my sisters, like we'll always be reading, we'll always be learning new words because my dad would be like, "Hey, download the dictionary app on your tablet."
Oh nah.
And he wanted us to learn the words of the day and everything like that. And just because he wanted us to have like a very good vocabulary when we grew up, and like he didn't want us to be like basically nobody could like test us or something, like think we're stupid. Cause like they'll never be able to test you on anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I was forced into the reverse code switching, man. I used to talk proper. I used to talk like Bendezzer, and then I moved up here.
Thanks.
And I just had a country accent, so I'd be talking and I'd be like, "Hi, how are y'all doing today?" And they'd be like, "Ooh, what the fuck is wrong with you?" And I got bullied until I started talking like, "Yeah, Mo, for real, Jedi, Mo, stupid," talking with a Baltimore accent and shit. I had to switch it up.
Where you're from?
Yeah, I had to, or else.
You just say where you from.
So where you from again?
I still say howdy. I'd be like, "Howdy, y'all," and they'd be like, "The fuck?"
Howdy.
Yeah, like people still cook me for saying howdy, and it's like that's just what I used to say, bro. That's what you say. Salutations.
It is very different on the West Coast too, because I'm half Mexican and I live in the southernmost part of Arizona, and which is like not far from the border, so you get a lot of Mexican culture over here. Spanish was actually my first language, and so like there's a whole different attitude about like just language and, you know, things in general on this end of the
Spanish is such a fire language to me. That must sound smooth as hell. Like it really do. I used to know Spanish when I was in high school. Like it was very easy.
¿Cómo estás? That's what I remember.
That's crazy.
That was brutal.
Nah, I actually spoke it pretty well because I had a lot of Mexican and Dominican friends. They was like, "Are you Dominican?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." Yeah, it's just not very difficult to say.
You should have played that card off. You should have said, "Yeah,
look, I know black.
Some style
I know black on Dominican.
I know black on Dominican."
Yeah. But
I don't know
just
why it's so easy.
To take it back real quick to the anime stuff you guys were talking about, how I got into anime was actually a teacher showed me in middle school. She showed the class Princess Mononoke. It was a English class.
Oh, W
so
teacher.
my mom,
W teacher.
Yeah.
So watching that, I was like blown. But I didn't consider it anime. It was just like this. It felt like it wasn't Disney, so it was like a different tone, different pacing, different, just altogether theming on it, you know, and like the characters. I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I mean, Princess Mononoke is pretty violent, pretty intense.
It's the only PG-13 one.
Yeah, it's like
bro got introduced to like art.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very picky with my anime. So like I knew about Dragon Ball Z, but like I was never fucking into Dragon Ball Z.
Get him!
I was like, I just couldn't. I just like
we will change your mind. We will introduce you to what it is.
I tried watching it. And I feel like there is a.
You got to start with Dragon Ball. That would actually get you into it.
I will say that I do like Dragon Ball. I do.
Yeah, because Dragon Ball actually has
that's the foundation.
A real story. Yeah, it's foundation.
That's the foundation of everything. Everything will make sense once you watch Dragon Ball for real.
Yeah. But I'm also pretty partial to like the old school animation style that they had too.
Oh, hey, yep. That's me and Nev. Yep.
Look. I don't care. Cell animation.
Yeah. Look.
Don't eat. Look. I mean, look around.
So after that, I remember getting into. I want to say Naruto was next. I think at that point though, I was already like out of high school when I got into Naruto. I got into it a little bit later. So I was about like 18, and I remember buying like the physical like copies of it at Best Buy, and I got all my friends into it. But like this was still where anime wasn't like a thing really, But everybody was like, Naruto's so sick, and then like you go online and everybody loves Naruto, and it's like blowing up. But then I would also just go to Best Buy and just buy random animes. Like I would just buy like random shit.
Like you.
I would just go in there and like just a blind buy. I don't do anymore because there's a lot of shit anime out there that I'm like, this
Trust me,
I got a collection.
Yeah, we got quite a few.
Yeah, where I just walk in and I just like pick something up and then go back home. I'm like, wow, this is ass. But there's a lot of like just golden gems or hidden gems and shit like that.
Like my brother's sister is in love with my brother's sister.
Bruh.
That.
What?
I married my cousin on a random Tuesday. Like, something like that. Like,
I got hit by a car. I got reincarnated to be in love with my sister.
Yeah. So we didn't talk about what our favorite animes were. So I'll start first on I'll give you guys.
I'm gonna give a giveaway.
My top 3. And I would say peak is Full Metal Alchemist. I think that show transcends anime, and like that's one of the finest pieces of fiction, I would say, in terms of just philosophy, religion, action, character. Like there's so many moments in that where I'm like, wow, this is just like, she's such a good writer. I can't remember her name, but I'm like, you should be up there with like fucking Tolkien, like, and fucking C.S. Lewis. Like this is gorgeous. Cowboy Bebop, or I'm sorry, no, not Cowboy Bebop. Samurai Champloo is my second.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that show.
Yeah, amazing. The hip hop and samurai mixture, phenomenal.
Man, every nigga got. I'm sorry. Like,
everybody has a new
That's a perfect. Literally, they did so good on that. Watanabe, man.
Yeah, I honestly think personally, it's for me. I think it's. I prefer it over Cowboy Bebop. A lot of people are like Cowboy Bebop like people, but I'm like, dude, Samurai Champloo is just like my jam.
I understand. And then trust.
And then third, I would say I don't think I have a third. There's like a lot that there's a lot of things that are like in there. I like One Punch Man a lot. That first season is so good. I mean,
Madhouse was in their bag.
Yeah.
Shout out to Madhouse. They cooked.
I have Beyond the Boundary. I think is really cool. I don't think it's perfect,
Beyond the Boundary. That's Nev's. Yeah,
that's my thing right there.
Yeah, that's Nev.
Beyond the Boundary is I have that physical.
I love it. Ugh.
But yeah, I don't know. There's a couple things that like just come to mind, but those are mine. So
I don't know. I'll go because
going and light the little floor.
Let's see. I have K-On! Because in my opinion, K-On! Has one of the best endings in all of anime when it comes to just like the way the final episode plus the movie. Phenomenal, makes me tear up all the time. It's so good. Next one is typical one, Black Lagoon, because I like jumping with that Black Air Force energy.
Clover.
Me and Ned, we rock with Black Clover.
Don't sleep.
Yeah, don't sleep. There's some stuff in Black Clover that's heat, but Black Lagoon, and then after that, that's a tough choice. There's so many different things. I could say Yu Yu Hakusho. I could say what else? I forgot real quick. Sound Euphonium. Technically Nana. Nana is one I really love.
Yeah.
Also, plug. I got a Nana video dropping today, but I mean it's technically not the day of this video, but yeah.
Sound Euphonium.
It will be out.
Also a good one. Yeah. I think Chunibyo is a good one too.
I love Chunibyo. I got that. No, I don't. I'm going to get that though.
I think there's certain anime that like you can show this to anybody and it's like just good, and that's that's where I think like Full Metal and Samurai Champloo are, where I'm like I could show this to anybody and be like, you don't have to be an anime fan, like this shit, the story in this, like the characters, like it's just transcends that. You don't have to like be hip to the whole anime whatever, like
not like the one on my shirt.
yeah, exactly.
That takes a special if you like JoJo or not, or you drop it. Or you only watch like a certain part.
To be fair, Full Metal I've shown to some people, and there are some anime isms in that where tone, like they go from something serious and then they do like the whole like, chibi-fied characters and they're like joking all of a sudden. So it's not perfect, but
yeah.
Yeah, I would go with number one.
Don't say Dragon Ball. Don't say Dragon Ball.
No, I have to respect Naruto and say like because like if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have the name Sondi. I wouldn't have like most of my friends.
That's fair.
Like I moved up here and I had 0 friends, but then during like recess, there were some kids playing with Naruto cards, and I walked up, put out my Naruto cards, and they're still my friends to this day. So I have to respect it. Like there's so much that has been brought out because of Naruto, but then also the same way I have to give that respect to Air Gear as the second one. Just a weird anime.
Music phenomenal. Music is phenomenal.
Shout out Nagamura, man. Shout out Nagamura.
Straight gas.
But Air Gear, I was one of those ones. I would go to my grandma's house and she had Comcast, and that's why I said like Comcast channel. I was like, yo, is it new Air Gear? I would go over there every Saturday. I was like, please make sure these episodes didn't expire, bro. I need to watch all of Air Gear. I watched that nonstop. Then once you found it on the internet, I just watched it. It got me into Jet Set Radio because I was like, oh, this is what inspired Air Gear. Okay, cool. And I finally read the rest of Air Gear, and it's just as good. I just love Oh Great and everything that he does.
Too bad the physical volumes cost way too goddamn much.
An arm and a leg and a kidney, bro.
Yeah, we just gotta I own them.
No, lucky.
Through Kindle. Through Kindle.
Through Kindle. Oh, okay. I was about to say, you got them physically. I was about to say, okay.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, where you live again? I'm coming up there.
And then last, I would say, like, is Inuyashiki. Like, just in terms of just straight anime, Inuyashiki.
Oh, I know which one that is. Yeah.
There's very few things. Yeah.
There's
very few shows.
That one randomly.
It's great. I cried. I cried. There's very few things ever that's made me like cry when it comes to watching or listening or reading something. And Inuyashiki is one of those ones where the end of that, I was just like, man, this shit is amazing. It was so good. I showed my wife, and I was like, bruh, look at this shit. She doesn't even like anime. I mean, she's into anime now, but at the time, she was like, what is this bullshit? What are you showing me?
That man killed the whole family and then got to talking about One Piece.
Hey,
you like One Piece?
Who's your favorite character in One Piece?
Bro, we almost broke up. She didn't understand. And then, like, now she's watching One Piece, and I'm like, now you understand why he was so hype about One Piece and Inuyashiki, right? And she's like, oh, this is what he was talking about. And I'm like, yes. He's talking about fire. Zoro and Sanji.
That's fire.
But yeah. I'm a weirdo when it comes to anime. I only really watch, like, I'll watch, the popular ones, but I'm more of a manga man.
That's fair.
It's easier to read manga than it is to watch anime.
I think I love animation too much to not like fuck it. What I used to do is I would go to YouTube and there's a YouTube channel called Sakuga Blue, I think. And I don't know if you guys probably know what Sakuga is, right? No.
What, the flower?
Sakuga is essentially
Sakuga. I thought you said Sakuga.
Yeah,
my bad.
No. Yeah, Sakuga is essentially like a piece of animation in I mean, it doesn't have to be an anime, but it's typically an anime where the animation is essentially like the highest fidelity. Like when it's like near like rotoscoped and like they're moving this I mean, like Naruto fight scenes, is like a prime example. Or a lot of the stuff from what's that studio that does fucking Fate Zero, I think, or something like that, right? What's the studio name?
Ufotable.
Yeah. Like a lot of those scenes, right, where it's like incredible animation, or Attack on Titan, like a lot of those like sequences that are like just so well animated. Those are called Sakuga because like they use their prime artists to animate like these frames in like the most detailed way possible because it's like a very important scene or it's where all the money goes essentially. Right. So what I would do is I would watch these videos on YouTube and it would just be cuts from different animes with music, in the background, and like it would show you like scenes and it would, have at the bottom like what anime it's from. So I'm like, I don't care if the anime is shit. I'm watching that because that scene right there looked gorgeous,
Because them apples look crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, the food in anime though.
Yeah.
So good. We looking good.
Slice of life anime has some of the best looking animation.
That's facts.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
When they're walking, it's just a frog right there. That frog looks amazing.
Bro, the grass, the water,
the wind.
The way... Shout out to your information.
What are your favorites?
So man, I watch so much anime. It's kind of it's hard, but like I have my top. Of course, I like Sondi. I'm gonna have to say Naruto because like Naruto started so much stuff for me. Like I had like a third awakening or something like that. Like
it's a gateway,
sexual awakening.
No, but
it's a gateway drug to a lot of people. You know, you be like, hey, bro, just watch this Naruto, bro. Then after that, you're like, hey, bro, now watch this.
I used to be so unhealthy, like obsession. I had an unhealthy obsession with Naruto.
No, I was the same.
I would be on Naruto. Yeah, I used to be on YouTube.
I scratched it
searching
out
up how to make Naruto like shurikens and kunai blades with paper. I used to do that. I made a demon wind shuriken.
Oh, you were one of them.
Like for paper. Like I was, it was insane. Yes, I did the whole.
You were a Chinubio. You thought you were in the
for real.
In the anime.
It was so. I love that. I love that anime mainly because like at the time, I really related to Naruto at the time, especially in like the first, like the OG Naruto. I really related to his character because I felt like him in that moment, like in those moments when he was by himself. He didn't have anybody. He was trying to like get friends. He didn't, you know what I'm saying, like that. So I really I drew to him at that time. And then later on, I got introduced to so much other stuff. So like I would say my second favorite anime is Steins Gate. I love Steins Gate so much.
That's
I have an unhealthy obsession with Steins Gate. Like
man, I think I even a lot.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff with Steins Gate. I have like limited edition game stuff. I have the replica of Okabe's phone. I just finished the visual novel not too long ago. I love that show so much. Like it's such a great show because I love science. So that was my jam. So science fiction, that's my jam.
Hey, Nev, if your next one is not what I think it is, we're going to have a problem.
What? Okay.
Prison school.
It's your whole thing.
Prison school.
No.
Hey, fun fact.
I would say a few things. I would say a few things, but like, I would say my third one would be like Welcome to the NHK because I love.
Oh, that's such a good one.
That's literally. That's definitely. I just got it on DVD, which is very hard to find, mind you. Very hard to find, but I found
everything by Funimation go out of print. It seemed like
it was out of print, and I'm still kicking myself in the butt because I didn't get the rest of the manga when it was on Right Stuff. I only got 2 volumes. I'm like, cause I'm gonna spin a block around later and get it later. It was out of print. Depression. It was out of print. I was so sad, but I would say my real third one would be Love Live.
I was about to say, if you did not say Love Live, I was about to say, no, you're not about to lie about something that's your whole aesthetic.
Nah, I know I love Love Live. Like Love Live is such a fire anime. Like, and I love music, so I think Love Live does such a good job, especially like a slice of life anime with music. Like having them like do like train to be better idols, but also better people at the same time. Like I think that's so fire, and it makes me happy. It's like such.
See, I'm about to make y'all feel like I'm an idiot, bro. I thought you was talking about the Live Alive, like the Square Enix game. I was like, they made an anime for that?
No,
bro, I was googling like, wait, this is the Square Enix joint. But I do remember this. This K-On! Lucky Star.
Oh.
I got Lucky Star merch in the back.
Yeah, there was a moment.
Yeah,
like idols.
There was a moment right there where it was like,
that's one thing.
You watch one of those. One of those was your one.
Yeah.
You know, I really liked what's the?
Oh yeah.
Saikano, I think it's called.
Yeah,
Konosuba was good too. Yeah.
See, everybody's got their one.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Hey, I will say this: the one thing.
Saikano, I think it's called.
Psychonaut? Wait.
I'm fucking up.
I think
pretty sure
I know what that is.
SAEKNO. Let me see if I can pull it up. How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. I know what that is. Yeah. One other thing you should know about. Oh, what you about to say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm also a big fan of was until it kind of got out of. I don't know. It got weird. The Monogatari series. So Bakemonogatari, Kissemonogatari. I was big. I was big on those.
Weird.
I got big on those until I got to I was like, I don't know if this is for me anymore. But like I think Kizu, Bake, and I want to say just those two. Really, I like. I can't remember the one after that, but I mean, there's a couple of them. I like those. Those are cool.
But I will say this one thing else that's about Neb and I is we have a lot of anime Blu-rays and DVDs, like a lot. I mean, I have.
He has way more than me. He has way.
Whenever I make my anime Blu-ray video,
where do you?
I'm the reason I put him on. I put him on.
He started this because at the time I was still a collector. Like I was collecting like little mini figures. I was collecting playing cards of like older anime because I love older anime. I was getting like just merch stuff, and I was like, you know what? There's no way I can get like DVDs because I'm thinking like they so expensive. Like there's no way I can fit that in my budget. Until this fool told me, he said, "Hey, have you ever heard about Sentai Filmworks?" What?
Yeah.
Oh my god! He said, "Yeah, they have a sale right now." Yeah, he said they have a sale right now, and I'm like, "Nah, the sale can't be that good." I went on that page and dropped a bag.
I'll tell you, the sales be nice.
DVDs was like, bro, the Blu-rays was $5. I'm like, how am I passing
That's actually
that
crazy.
Up? Bro, I thought it was a scam.
Nah, look, you remember the best deal we ever got off of there is when they were trying to get rid of their DVDs and they was like $1.99. We bought so many.
Bro.
It was a ridiculous amount.
That's crazy. That's how you get into like collecting in general? Like, because I'm like a new collector. Like I traded in everything as a kid until like right before the pandemic. Like as soon as I moved out, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give me a GameCube and I'm gonna just get like all the old games I fuck with. And I fell into the lot rabbit hole of just buying game lots and.
Oh my god! I love this question.
I'll say that's kind of the same for me, like game wise, because I mean, the stuff I still kept was like I kept all my DS games because one thing y'all should know about me is I'm a Pokemon person, I buy, it's like the
you
2K,
got the Pokerogue tab up in the other.
Oh, you're the.
I know you got the Pokerogue tab up in the other on the other window.
Yeah,
I know it.
No matter what they drop, I'm gonna buy a mainline series. It don't matter if it have the same things in it.
So I'm gonna talk trash about it, but I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah,
just like 2K.
I recently completed my whole DS collection. I have a 3DS collection completed, and then I have everything on the Switch. Even though I don't like the games, I talked shit about the Diamond and Pearl remakes, but then I saw Pearl in GameStop for $30, so I bought it.
Picked it up.
And when you say complete, you mean like every game, or you just mean like just the games you
every
want?
mainline.
Okay, just mainline Pokemon.
Only DS to Switch, because when it comes to the regular Game Boy ones and the Game Boy Color, I don't really care because I can just get those digital. And especially Emerald is way too goddamn expensive now, so I don't care about those ones. But DS and up, I got all that. I just went back and started getting them. Like I had a whole bunch from like growing up that I always kept, but those are the ones I kept. Then I had games on my Wii that I kept. I had an Xbox for a very, very long time, and I got rid of it like. I don't remember, maybe a little bit after I got out of high school, because that's what I used to always use as my DVD player. Got rid of that, and then from there I just still had my PlayStation and Xbox One, and then of course got a Switch. But then I recently got into collecting older games when I finally was just like, you know what? I want to play the old Resident Evil games again.
Let's buy them jewel cases.
So I went. So at my game store, it's called like Disc Traders. You can buy like used stuff there. I bought Resident Evil 2 there, and I said if I ever see the PlayStation 2, I'll get it. They had one, I bought it, and then I started buying all the PlayStation 2 games and stuff again, selling stuff there. Hey, I can't lie, I took in some Funko Pops. They gave me a bag for in-store credit, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff.
And that's how you fall in the rabbit hole. That's exactly what happened with me.
I mean, that's how I got. I'm gonna say that's how I got Clock Tower 3. I had a 20% off coupon and in-store credit, got it for free.
So
some stuff I didn't want.
We had two sets of we had like two full sets of Rock Band drums. Like I had one for Xbox 360 and one for Wii, and I was like, I don't need the 360 one because the Wii I can at least plug that into the computer. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Let's get rid of the 360 ones. The same thing. The game store gave me like $130 in credit. I was like, oh, we're balling out. We're going in.
What else can go?
What games for $10? Give me this. Give me this. I'm buying it all.
Well, that's how everything out.
So you start buying. Then
have you gotten to the point where you're starting to buy like shitty games?
Oh yeah. I'm still. What did I buy recently? Extermination.
Oh yeah,
which is-
extermination.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
literally
on
have
our
a scrap
photo list.
video on extermination. I was this
Yeah.
close to making like a hit piece on extermination, and I was like,
drop
nah.
it, drop it.
I mean,
I
hey,
gotta
do it
give it
because I mean,
credit.
it's a. I mean, I played it last night because I needed to test the game after buying it like weeks ago, and I tested.
That
it, I'm just like,
platformer
oh.
fucked you up, didn't it?
Yeah, hey, when you early on, look, I jumped on the truck and I'm like, why is it falling? Then I jumped again, I fell off, and I was like, oh nah. But what really got me is the way they introduce the little creature thing is just the most. Oh, there's a creature here, nothing else to it. I'm like, and then the one dude when he gets transformed, the girl up top just pops him, and I'm just like, we don't have no battle, and I'm supposed to just go. So
And
yeah,
what they don't tell you is every monster, if they touch any like piece of water, evolves. And so like you could be almost about to kill a monster and it can walk into the water and then it'll just get all his health back and evolve into a harder version. I was that whole playthrough, I was like, I can't.
I was thinking
do
about
this,
buying
man.
that game too. Hell no.
It's a fun game
Yeah,
though. I took it off the list for Back of the Rack because I know I've learned that we need to not kill ourselves over the games that we play. We have to have fun with them.
Ben was gonna be mad. I already know. He's like, I hate this game. God, this sucks.
Hey, I will say this, hey, Ben, because I remember I saw you had a Clock Tower 3 poster in the background one time.
Right.
I will say this,
Come
if
on,
you
fire.
guys ever, if you guys ever make a video on there, let me come and do a 10-minute rant on that final boss.
That
The
just
rest
be
of the
intro.
game is the most chill thing ever. You're just like, oh, haha, I'm enjoying this. Oh, Sailor Moon, I can fight them like this. You get to that final boss, most bullshit thing ever. Took me a whole hour to beat
I
it after
remember
playing
him
it
fighting
again.
that on the phone. He was so pissed.
I was
it
pissed.
was so
I was
funny.
pissed. I was this close to killing him, and then then he hit me with that stupid thing.
That was Fatal Frame for
We did
us.
not have a
I
fun time.
didn't even finish Fatal Frame. Like I got to like the final boss gauntlet, and I was like, you know what? I'm good actually. Fuck this. I don't need to finish beating this, bro. I'm done with this.
we
Man, I'm gonna
struggle
broke the
sometimes.
disc in half.
Yeah,
Nah,
we
literally.
struggle sometimes with some of the games where it's just like, fuck, this game, this is ass. Like this, fuck, and we have to like write about it, and we're just like, just I don't know, playing other shit. So it's just like I don't want to go back and fucking play.
Yeah. Plus, you
State
build
of
up the
Emergency.
mystique of like
it's
playing the game because we pick them out before, like you pick out the whole season before we start the season. So now we're like, oh, okay, I can't wait till we play Dissidia. And then we play Dissidia, and we're like,
Man.
fuck,
Man.
that shit stinks.
Man, can I say though, since I met y'all, and actually really since I met community really, because I used to play games like that, but I would mainly be like anime manga. So games really wasn't like, it would be like whenever I feel like it type thing. But I still was like collecting, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna play here and there. But when I met this psychopath, so he was like, you know what? I play games, I watch anime, and I read manga, anime content. I'm like, nah, I gotta step my game up. I'm not.
and
gonna
I
be
get
outdone.
no, I'm not gonna say the other thing.
And that
And I make time for getting some action.
That's hilarious.
Easy.
This man.
I say you say I play
5-star
games. I
man.
play Senran Kaguya.
Bruh,
Peachy Bleach
actually,
Splash.
No, you got me on that. No, you got me on that. I'm not gonna lie. Didn't you buy that game for me?
Oh yeah, because I found it for you. Hey,
Yeah,
fun
he
fact:
bought
when
the
I first got a
PCB
PlayStation,
Splash.
when I first got a PlayStation 4 Pro, the first game I bought was Senran Kaguya, Peachy Bleach Splash, the collector
shooter?
edition that came.
It's
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like the shooter one, right?
Yeah, it's the
Sondi
water gun
dying.
one,
Sondi is weak.
Sondi is done.
That's funny.
Ignore me,
No,
bro. Continue conversation, bro. That was just hilarious. You should have saw his face, bro. He was like, and I get put.
Hey, how to
was
let
like,
him know.
oh, shit.
Hey,
said,
I
don't
make
forget.
time for everything. Hey,
Hey,
gotta let you know that time management. Hey, it's amazing.
I ain't got no
Man
life,
has
but I got a
Excel
life.
spreadsheet in his head. Like
say,
literally.
Let's say that's like they be trying to try me on TikTok. I'd be like, dog. I said just because I watch all this don't mean I go out and do stuff. It's like,
I'm like, man,
yeah.
I go outside.
y'all
just
don't
because
know
I
me.
beat 80 games in a year does not mean I do not get cheeks. I still be doing shit.
Oh, that's crazy.
Trust me. Hey, early on, they was trying me because of how much I seen.
No, they was trying, like, and it's so funny because me knowing the backstory, I'm just like, this is funny.
I was like, they don't know.
Like,
I tell you,
really don't
TikTok.
know.
You know, what I'm saying, TikTok gets packed up. I'm gonna have a whole video just airing them out. I'm gonna go back to like an old comment of somebody saying something.
Bro, I would holler. I would holler to
realistically though. I mean, anime episodes are typically what, 30 minutes, 22 minutes,
23, 22.
If you cut out the opening and
skip the opening ending, you can. It's not
19 minutes.
Yeah. So it's
and seasonal anime airs throughout the week. So
exactly.
Yeah, so it's not, like one
you can
episode
you can watch it like while you're like eating dinner or something, lunch on lunch break.
You knock them hoes out. But I was trying to say something positive to this fool. No, I was just saying, like, since I met him, I was like, and y'all made me want to like get more into games again, and it's been a really, really good like journey to go back and playing games. I have been having so much fun. I'm not gonna lie, and I've been like buying these random games. Actually, I would say thank you, but I would also say forget y'all because y'all got my money tight right now.
Yeah. Listen,
I see random games. I'm just like, I mean, it's only like $20, so like
then you'll join me
in the cart.
You be buying the game before they even make the video. This man bought Death by Degree, and then he's like, I can't play Death by Degree.
I don't even have a PlayStation 2.
No, I have all the PlayStations. I have PlayStation 1 to 5. I have 2 PlayStation 1s, 2 PlayStation 2s, a Japanese PS1, and a Japanese PS2.
He got that custom blue one. That
I got the custom blue one that's sitting up there. I have a PS3 too.
I want the pink one so bad, but I'm afraid of it. I don't want to break it. I broke my fat PS2 because my Roomba ran into it because I used to have it on the floor. And it like ran into it and kept hitting the eject button, so it would eject, and then it would hit the disc tray, and it just fucked my whole disc tray up. And I was like, damn.
I was so mad. I would have been mad. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but
hey, I've been fighting that Roomba. We would have been scrapping that day.
Nah, for real.
I
do agree with that. Because our friendship as well has kind of made me more like analytical. Like I've before I used to just be like, yeah, bro, this game, but like he be making me think about camera angles and lighting and the way that sound design, other than like, is that a banger song? Like he makes me think like, okay, let me think about the orchestration of this.
No, I like when you do that though. I like when he does that because I'm very critical of music. Community knows, like, especially for anime, like if the music don't move me, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, this all trash.
Yeah, I give a game like 2 sessions, and if I don't have like anything interesting sound design wise, I just
it's like it's not. I just be like, all right, it's whatever. What it was supposed to. This was not doing it.
But I do say it's weird watching like the osmosis of like podcast and like just doing this and having friends. Like my wife started a literal book club. Oh, she's gotten like really into reading, like super into reading, and she's like reading books. So like the other day she came in the room and she's like, don't talk to me for the rest of the day. I'm going to be reading this book. I have to finish this book by the end of April so that I can have 6 books done by the end of this week. I mean, by the end of this month. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then they're like,
book talk.
Yeah, and she's like, she comes in a room and just rants like, oh, this fucking character is ass, and I hate the way that the author wrote this paragraph. And I'm like, oh shit, is this how I sound? Like she meets up with her homegirls, and she's like, I like to say that she's the Bendezzer of the group because they're like, oh my god, this character, like they're so hot in this situation because they read like romance books and shit. And then she's like, actually, I didn't like the way that the
is that like, hold on, let me
and I'm like, I'm downstairs like cleaning or something. I'm like, huh, that's how we sound upstairs, huh?
Yes.
Is that how I come off in the podcast?
I do say that like I'm the joke man and you're the straight man when it comes to like situations. I'm the flavor and what is it in broadcasting?
I got a good dynamic. I mean, it's a good dynamic though.
Yeah, it is.
Like you need that one person who like, I ain't gonna lie, this was cool, and you got other person like, actually no, let's break this down. Let's think about it.
Hey, I can't lie. In that Parasite Eve episode, I was gonna fight Ben. I was like, Ben, you better not act like this music not bad.
That's crazy.
No, facts. I was sitting there listening to the OST like, yo, this shit bumps, and he's like, nah,
bang.
He was like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. It got repetitive. Like, I was gonna throw my controller through the screen at Ben. Like, no, I was like, no, you did not just say this.
Nah, he was like, I'm not gonna lie, the piano could have been a little louder here. The synths weren't synthing hard enough for me.
Yeah, there wasn't. Like it wasn't bad, but I it was something that I thought I was gonna like more, like my expectations. I was like, oh, this is gonna, especially with the battle theme. I was like, this, but then like the rest of it was sort of not mediocre, but just underwhelming to me.
Music nerds, am I right? No, get it.
But it was still good. Like I had the soundtrack and a song to play, But it just
y'all made me buy Parasite Eve. I have it.
Now you gotta go do that. Go ahead, do that Chrysler Tower.
We didn't make you do anything.
If we get a Parasite Eve section,
video,
I have
so
something to say.
therefore I purchased.
Yeah.
Oh man, they haven't even picked out next season. I'm scared about next season. I'm not gonna lie to you, because this season we kind of just picked games off like we just had a random call.
Was it the Will of D?
The Will of D.
Will of D season.
Yeah.
I looked at all the games. I was like, wait a minute, D. What the fuck? This is weird.
Yeah. Let's talk about the more recent games that have been like just coming out. So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We're talking about Persona 3. We're talking about Dragon's Dogma 2.
If we don't talk about this,
it's been a busy ass year.
It has been.
Games have just been back to back.
You get the idea.
Yeah, I should have wore the hat too. But why don't we start with Persona 3 Reload, since that came out first? Sondi, what are you feeling about it, man?
No. Wait. Before Sondi say anything, let Devin and I say something real quick.
Okay.
So you know what happened with that game? Rebirth came out, and I dropped that game like it was Woody.
What happened? You didn't
I don't want to play with you anymore.
No, it's the thing about Nev and I doing. We were replaying. We were playing. I mean, he was playing.
Oh,
Fez for the
you were
first time.
playing.
I was replaying Fez, but I got stuck, and I was gonna play them like back and forth. But then by the time I got stuck, I was tired of playing Fez, and then by that time, Rebirth was about to come out, and I had other stuff I was doing, so I had to like drop it. So like I'm still very, very early game, sadly.
He kind of convinced me to start Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I got obsessed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we both we had Persona 3, but it's just we dropped it. I mean, we'll get back to it. We'll get back to it. I mean, there is some thickness that might be making me not want to go back to Fez, but we might go later. But
wait, so
that's funny, because I was going to say that about another game later we got on the list about playing the older version and the newer version back to back.
Fez pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, so you guys didn't play Reload, or you guys...
No, we did. Oh, me and him, we just played only a little bit. Sadly, he played a little bit. I at least got to the first, the first Shadow or whatever.
The first moon.
I just didn't go. Yeah, the first moon is just. After that, by the time I got there, like Rebirth was about to come out, and I had like videos and other stuff I had to do, so I didn't have time for it. Yeah. And plus, that's when I started making content too for like my second channel, so I really didn't have time because I was replaying Resident Evil 3 and 2. Yeah. But all right, Sondi, I was about to say, hey, you can go. We just had to do ours because we ain't got much.
He said, I ain't got it. Let me bow real quick.
No, you're the crazy man that beat it in like a whole few, like the first 5 days it came out.
I was like, man, what does this man do?
Yeah, I was saying in the chat, I was like, what is your life?
I'm like, what your job is?
Nothing.
I love that we always question people in that way, where it's like, how did you beat it? You have no life. Like,
no, literally. I literally woke up every day when that game, like when the game came out, I went to GameStop, picked it up, I came home, I didn't stop playing it until like 2 a.m. and I did that every day until I beat the game. Like I think I beat the game at like 1 a.m. in the morning, and I was like on like the next week, like literally the next Friday, and I was like,
insane.
Damn. What the fuck? Like I was playing it at work. I was playing it in the middle of meetings. I was playing that motherfucker, and to me, it's a little weird because Persona 3 still great. It's like number 6 when it comes to like top 10 games for me of like all time. Like it's very close to like breaching that top 5 spectrum, but like that it's just so solidified. But Persona 3 is, I like Reload, and I did play it exactly like Fez. I turned all of my AI teammates onto auto, so I didn't control them. I just let them do their old thing for old time's sake, and I had a blast with it. I like the new.
I will say the
mechanics.
The updates of it. Yeah, the mechanics were nice. I would say from what I played, it was very nice going from Fez and then going to Reload. Yeah, it was like.
See, I didn't want to replay Fez before I played Reload because I know how difficult Fez can be. So I was like, let me just go straight into Reload because I know it's going to be easier. So, and I was playing it on I played halfway through on the hardest difficulty. Then I swapped halfway through because I was like, I actually would just want to play the game. I don't want to like cast Rakuja and Makaruja every fucking turn to buff everybody to then do a spell. Like I'm already gonna have to do that on normal. But even after doing it for playing that game in a fucking week, I don't know, man. It just this is a bigger conversation.
Hey, you didn't let it marinate. You didn't let it super fast.
No, but see, here's the thing. I was playing my vinyl with it's certain things like the music. I hated the music. I hated every new change for the music. Kind of like
I understand.
It annoyed me listening to it because I have it on vinyl, the Persona 3 soundtrack. Then I listen to it every weekend, every Sunday. I listen to Persona 3. I listen to it casually.
Put you in a trance.
Yeah, so that shit is ingrained in my DNA since I first played it when I was 13. So like, it's 15 years later. Like, I can't switch to this and then Mass Destruction and everything. But I mean, graphically, gameplay wise, great ass game. But
oh yeah. That music, I don't know, man. When I turned that music on, I was so disappointed.
Man, we was mad.
We were mad day one. I was like, "Where's my shit at?" I was like, "I know I'm not tripping." I was like, "Where's it at?" Then I went to
There's gotta be like a unlockable or something.
Yes. Bro, when we got in the dorm, I was like, I didn't hear "Drop the World." What's going on?
Yeah, like it's just
you
I heard trans. What's going on? Who is this guy?
And then I hit the,
like
then
it.
It is.
Oh, I was just gonna say
I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing crazy.
I was gonna say I do like the way that if this was your first time playing Persona 3 and you played Reload, you would enjoy the experience. It's pretty much personified Persona 3 while still keeping the heart and spirit that made Persona 3 good. But for me, the experience of Persona 3 was always so intriguing to me because I just picked up this random game from the random game store. It was on sale. Didn't even have a cover. I'll get in it. I can't even control my party members. So you telling me I gotta go to school? I gotta hang out with people to upgrade shit? Like, I just hopped in the game and that was just the coolest experience to me. It was that game and Dragon Quarter that I bought at the same time, and it took over. So I never really got to play Dragon Quarter, which we will next. By the time that this episode comes out, we'll probably be recording the episode for Dragon Quarter. But
I can't lie, you saying that kind of remind me with NBA Streets when I first bought NBA Streets, and I hear that.
Crazy.
That's a classic right there. That's a classic.
You take for granted like how much music really elevates an experience in a game, especially with Persona 3. Because like as I'm playing Persona 3, I was like, okay, it's just Persona 5. Okay, it's pretty. Okay. Like, I know the motions. I know this game in and out. I know how to work the Persona system because I've played Persona 3 multiple times. I played Persona 4 multiple times. I didn't beat Persona 5, but I've played up to a certain point of Persona 5 multiple times. So it's like, I know how to play this game. I know how to gamify it. I know what I need to do. I know I need to keep my main persona and I need to put my Zio, my Bufu, my Garu on it. I need to put it all on one dude.
That was perfect.
I know all of my... what I need to do, what I need to say, and shit like that.
I got a question for you, Sondi.
Yeah.
How do you play Persona 3? Do you do this way where you knock out everything in the in Tartarus in like the first day? Or
you have to.
I was about to say yeah. Then you go do everything else. Yeah, okay.
That's usually what I did. That's what I
sometimes. I'll say early games. Sometimes I do a mixture of like I do 2 days because like especially if I want to like if I gotta leave or something if I don't feel like playing the whole time. You know,
I got chased.
I have this weird thing I do in JRPGs where I like to overgrind in the first area. So in the first area where I hit double digits, I'm like, okay, gotta grind a level 20 or gotta grind a level 30 so that I have that cushion so that I can just mainline the main story and then it'll slowly catch up to me. Then I do it again and then slowly catch back up. So I try to keep it that way so that I can continue to do the main story because now I can't do side content no more. Like I can't do all of Elizabeth's requests. Like I didn't do that. That's why I beat it so fast. Like some of the the Gourmet King.
Did you get the platinum?
No. I didn't get the platinum. Fuck a platinum. I wrote the certain stories like Gourmet King, the other track star from the other school, the guy, not the guy that's about to die, but the girl that's there, and she's like, my parents are getting divorced. Like certain social links, I just skip them because I'm like, I read them already. This is my fifth time reading these fucking stories. Let me just press the fast forward button. It go through because the dialogue's the same. It's not like they added anything different. It's just voice active.
I will say this from like Persona 3 originally. I mean, Fez and all that. The one problem it always had is that once you like the lead up to the full moon, there's really nothing to do besides social links.
Exactly.
Did they add anything at least different? No, because I mean they did it. It was the same. So I mean, because like like in Persona 5, there's stuff to do. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do in between that. Other story points that are happening and especially like when you go to the palace and you have a certain point, a checkpoint you only can go. So I just felt like always in this one, it was always just like you're waiting.
You just get to the top floor of Tartarus and you wait.
And you wait. And it's just sometimes it can just become repetitive because all you're doing is just you're skipping through all these like little social links. So I feel like that. I feel like they could have improved that a little bit.
That's kind of how I breezed through the game so fast, is because I kind of just did 10 hours of JRPG dungeon crawling and then 8 hours of skimming through dialogue and social links and just clicking and going to reading. Okay, now I'm going to the arcade today because it's +5 on this. Okay, then I'm going over here and drinking tea. Like, you just kind of get in the habit, especially because they have the option now where you can press the network and see what everybody's been doing. So you can be like, okay, everybody's at this level. Okay, I'm good on that. Everybody's doing this social link. So let me go ahead and do this social link. I didn't know that social link was available today. All right, let me go do that. So it makes it a little bit easier. I don't have to go to a second guide to be like, how do I unlock Matsuru as a social link? I already know, like, I can get Matsuru. It's all in the game now, so it's easier than it is before. But yeah, I do wish I sat on it a little bit more, but I kind of breezed through it because I thought I was going to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I didn't. So
I almost got clapped in the dungeon when I was in there. I think I stayed in there too long, and I was like, what is chasing me?
The Reaper?
Yeah, and I was so confused. I almost was like, do I need to go to it so I can fight it? And then I was like, nah, I feel like I'm gonna get clapped. So I ran, and he kept getting faster. I'm like, so I kept going. I went to the I was like, where the hell are the stairs? Where are the stairs? And so I got away from it. I was like, okay, is he gonna chase me in this one? I'm like, but no, he stopped. I was like, oh, thank God.
But see, he's even easier in Rebirth. I mean, not Rebirth. I keep calling it Rebirth. Reload, because if you die, you just hit an autosave at the floor and then just keep going like you didn't just get your ass beat. But in Fez, you die, you lose like
you die. You go
6 hours of progress. You're like,
bruh, I'm glad I ran, because when I asked community after I had that experience, I was like, was I supposed to fight that thing? He said, no, you don't fight that. I'm like, okay, good. I'm glad my
you fight that when you're ready to fight that. You don't fight that.
My spidey senses.
Speaking of dying, man, Fez was pissing me off. The amount of times I'll be grinding and I would die from the littlest stupid thing.
Yeah, he was.
Marin Karen. Get Marin Karen, and now your whole party is getting grassed. That's why
I was trying to get Jack Frost. I couldn't get. I don't think I was able to get. I was trying to grind to get Jack Frost. That's why I stayed in there so long. I was like, nah, I gotta grind. And then I was like, oh, guess I can't grind today. I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Persona is an interesting one. Like, I don't even know if I want to play Persona 5 because I never really finished Persona 5 Royal.
I didn't finish Persona 5 either.
I've only gotten to the casino. Like, I played Persona 5 up to the like part where like the beginning happens where you get arrested. I've gotten to that point post flashback twice on 5 and Royal, and I just don't feel like doing it again. Like,
I'll say this: if you play 5, just know in the last thing you can actually save, because I didn't realize you could go. I mean, not save. You could actually go back and like heal yourself, and I didn't know that. So I was stuck on 5 for like a whole year, almost 2 years, until I saw a clip on Twitter saying like, "Did you know you can go here and save and go here and heal?" And I was like, "You can." I was so pissed. And I eventually went and beat it. But then the funny thing is, I bought Royal the same day that like Resident Evil 3 remake came out, because I pre-ordered them because I was gonna grind, because I was playing 5 and like I was close to the end, but then I had that part where I got stuck because I ran out of like health items and SP and all that, and then I realized years later. No. I just realized years later I could actually go back and heal up, and I was mad. Damn.
Yeah,
I was very mad because I was like, "You tell me I could have been played Royals, and instead of this boy has been sitting here for 4+ years collecting dust."
This shit is
It'd be like that. It'd be like that with games. That was me with Final Mix, because I ain't gonna lie, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix pissed me off so bad. I was fighting Ursula. I had full health. This chick was right here. All she needed was two more.
She hit you with that.
She bit me. and she bit me and I died. I was like,
were you playing on proud mode?
No, this was normal.
It's like easy.
This was normal.
I know Final Mix does have its difficulty spikes out of nowhere.
Even normal is crazy. I'm like, I didn't touch that game for literal months. I literally didn't touch it for months. I came back and I beat it like first try. I was like,
I didn't realize like there was like a parry. There's like a perfect dodge. Like Kingdom Hearts is pretty in depth when you
and it was underwater. That underwater mechanic sucked. Like trying to swim, it sucks. Like it's not good.
That's why they made it a musical in the second game.
I always wish that I was more into the Persona series. With Persona 5, I remember I think I had like about 130 hours and never beat it. And it dawned on me that I don't like the Persona aspect. I don't like having different personas and also like your character, you know, like whatever the character is, and then switching persona. Like I don't like the whole, I guess, Pokemon aspect of it. Not that I don't like Pokemon, I do, but for some reason, like in this game, I was like,
it's a little more management than it is a Pokemon. You got to manage moves and passive, like
fusing,
you got to fuse them correctly.
Personas. Yeah, and I'm just like, I just wasn't into that, and
fusion dance,
and I just couldn't. I was like, I'm done. I'm fucking done with this game, so I didn't beat it. Persona 4 was the same too, where I like, I mean, the style is like up my alley, the animation, the UI and all that. It's a masterclass, but I just fucking couldn't get into it. And
it's all right. Give my baby to Talia. You'll have fun.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Speaking of, I gave up.
You can answer that question. He's like, oh my gosh, I love this question.
All right.
I have a lot.
Who wants to go first?
Who's playing? I'm gonna just sit back and watch the Discord.
I'm still on remake, so I'm gonna sit this one out.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's been in me then. I mean, I'll go because.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll say this.
Boxing match.
I did everything in the game, but the party animal side mission, because at that point I was at the end of the game and I did not care. I saw those were on hard mode. I was like, I'm good. I played a few. I was doing the chocobo race because I was cold at the chocobo race. I was ready to call the chocobo race. Look, I was ready to say this is better than Mario Kart. They need to make this a whole mini game. I was like, make this chocobo race. Then I got to that hard mode, and then there was BS there, and then I said, never mind, Mario Kart's better. But then there's also that, and then there's also that final thing with the what is that? The intel. The final intel where you have to fight the guy, like the one dude that you've been collecting intel for. He has his own like little section or whatever that you can go to. But you have to fight all the summons. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm about to go fight Sephiroth. I'm good. I was like, I'm done playing around, doing all the extra stuff I was doing. But I'll say the experience was one of the greatest experiences I've had playing the game in a long time. From just the reason why
you're not alone in that though. You're not alone.
Because look, when it comes to me, when it comes to side missions, I will do them, but I would do them if it's something I really enjoy. But the ones in this one, I really enjoyed a lot. And I think it's mainly because I really like the characters a lot. And a lot of these side missions have a lot of cool stuff that connect to the characters. Like you have that one random one in Gun Gaga that we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, you have one there where you're talking like the people, like you have Barrett there and you just go up to talk to him and he's talking about like all these different ingredients to make something. He says, yeah, that can make a love potion. And then that relates back to Remake with like Jesse basically trying to make a love potion. So you have little cool Easter eggs like that. But there's a lot of just side missions where you got extra content to some of these characters, like getting some of the backstory that we already know about, but it adds more detail. Also, shout out to Yuffie. Yuffie carried the game. Just saying, she carried the game when it comes to
just like
when it comes to her personality. I mean, gameplay wise, it depends on who you want to use. She is cold, but like when it comes to her personality, I would say the scenes that she was in, she carried. I would say there's so many times that
I heard
her
through the phone. I'm like, I want to play this game. She sounds fun.
Look, the scene when she's confronting Elena and Elena pulls out her little pink gun and she's like, "Bop, chicken." It had me rolling. There's other times that just like she was just hilarious in there. I'll say I just really like the characters a lot. I like the synergy. The synergy made the combat so much better than Remake for me, just because it just made it super easy to just the pop enemies and take them out. So that was one thing I really liked, because like in Remake, I feel like you were really relying on like, you know, getting your limit break, your full like what is it, TP, what is it, TBA, whatever, I can't remember what it's called. TB, getting that full, and then of course having a summon. Where this one they introduced synergy, and synergy just makes it like super easy, especially because you have the synergy skills and then the synergy is it attacks, I think. So I just like that part. Yeah, then like of course like having the skill tree because you know that reminds me of Final Fantasy 10, so it kind of just gave me that type of vibes and how you just upgrade certain things. But yeah, it was just like from the character wise, that's what I really enjoyed. But there were things I did not like. I will say, like, I know everybody's complained about like the mini games, but TBH, a lot of the mini games you could skip if you don't do side content. A lot of them, but I mean the ones that are in main story, I will say like the dolphin one. That one was stupid because at first you don't know what you're doing. I'm over here, I'm just like, oh, we're just riding a dolphin. And like the first time I didn't even get it right because it doesn't explain it. So that one's stupid. The whole the one with when you go on top and like you're doing like the one with the soldier, that one was okay if it actually just registered right, but you know, it didn't register right sometimes, so you mess up. And I didn't really care for that one. But one of the worst mini games in the game is like one of the intels when you're in Cosmo Canyon and like you have these stupid little robot things you have to fight against the slime. That one was horrible. It crashes the game because it crashed the game for me.
Wow.
Dang.
It's a very bad one.
30 hours in a game is typically my barometer when I'm like, how like that's where I start to lose. That's where the magic wears off for me. You know, typically when I'm like, okay, I was super horny about the game, but now I've gone soft, you know, and I start to kind of like,
that's
like,
crazy
okay,
analogy.
like, you know what I mean? Like
I woke up the next morning after
it's the post nut clarity sort of like, you know what I mean? Like it's that like mentality where you're just like, I'm so into Final Fantasy. I love the characters. I love all this, you know. So anyways, I went into it. I love the beginning, like the opening was great, but I think the game really struggles with pacing, and I don't think this is a problem. Maybe if you're familiar with the original, but also if you're not expecting for there to be such aimlessness. There's a lot of aimlessness sometimes. Where I'm like, this kind of like, where are we going with this, you know? And that's, I mean, that's one thing. You know, that was fine. I was like, okay, whatever. And then I think the mini games, the when you're in what is it called? Not Cosmo Canyon. The Gold Saucer.
Your Gold Saucer, yeah.
Oh, when you're there, and you're forced to like take Aerith to all the mini games. I was like, my patience was like up.
You got the air. Dang, you got the Aerith, bro. I got Tifa.
Yeah. I got. So I had Aerith. Body Tifa. I wish I would have had Tifa, but I'm guessing you would have taken Tifa to all the
games.
And there's like 7 of them. You know.
I will say this.
Love me some.
What did you think about Queen's Blood? Because to me, Queen's Blood was the best mini game in the whole game.
Queen's Blood is incredible, yeah.
Yes, Queen's Blood. Out of all the things they dropped,
game, right?
Queen's Blood, yes, the card game, phenomenal. And as you go on, it gets so good. The storyline even to it,
different game when he told me.
Yeah, it's good. Like that was the one thing I got addicted to. But like for the pacing issue you were saying, I will say, yeah, it does have one. But if you're doing a whole bunch of the side quests, I feel like you don't notice it as much because that's wasting a lot of time. But like there is a pacing issue, like because if you don't, because they kind of, it's a game where that you don't got to do the side missions, but you technically need to do them because you can get that synergy team thing. So like it's one of the ones where you could skip some, but at the same time you kind of need to do it. But if you're doing them, you'll be under leveled. But like I feel like that's what they did to like filler in some of the stuff. Like for the pacing issues you say you have with it.
I think too, like the quality of the open world, I was sort of surprised. Like it was really beautiful and everything. I mean, like very detailed, great art direction. It was cool to explore the space. But the side activities, right? Like when you see the owl and you follow it, and then it takes you to the cave and you just press triangle. And I was just like, this is like after doing it the 4th time, I was like, damn, they're not even gonna change the buttons on me, like challenge me a little bit. It really feels. Wait,
I will say not for that one, but for the summons they do. And I'll say some of the summons in the final part is annoying. I will say that. They get annoying. They get annoying a little bit. But yeah, I mean, some of the stuff like that does get annoying doing it because I beat the game. I put 100 and what I put 100 and like. Oof. 10 plus hours, 100 and something.
It's a long game from what I hear.
Yeah, it's a long game and. Cause like I know like there was somebody in the Discord that said they did 60 and I was like, dang, am I playing this game way too much? How the fuck they do that so fast?
No,
that's what I was like, what did he do? I was like, how did he get here? I was like, he said he was doing side missions.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was watching Falcon play on stream, and that boy was struggling for Fort Condor for like 2.5 hours straight. I was watching him like,
oh my, that's another one. That's another one that was so ass in this compared to what it was in in like Yuffie's DLC. And Yuffie's DLC it wasn't that bad because you can pick your stuff, but in this one, horrible.
I played the Intergrade DLC right before the game, and I was in love with like Yuffie, and I liked all her mechanics. Like her animations were great. I loved like her combat style, but then they kind of changed some of it in and
they added a few new things, like the doppelganger I think was new.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah. I mean, as you go on, you unlock more skills for it. But yeah, there are some stuff they changed, because like I did feel like when I was playing there's some stuff that changed. I think it's especially like when you hit triangle to like go towards somebody to throw her shuriken. So like it kind of just that kind of felt like different, way different.
Yeah. The combat I was mixed on, because the combat is so good, but sometimes I feel like I think I felt this mostly when I was fighting like the bigger creatures. So when you're fighting that big snake, and then when you're fighting the big fish early on in the game, it's just so messy looking to me sometimes. Like there's this giant snake.
Tales of Arise.
Like and you're just like you just see all like like you're playing as Cloud or whoever, and you're doing all these crazy moves, and it barely looks like you're hurting the snake, but you see all the damage numbers. It just looked so visually like nothing was connecting in a real way that felt good, and I started to feel that more and more. Unless it was like a boss fight with a person, like when you fight what's the guy's name on the motorcycle that's like always fucking just fucking with Cloud?
Rufus?
I don't know. Like there was so much about the game that I think was just killing my interest in playing it more. And I was like fuck, I want to like this, but it's sort of like just not clicking with me anymore. Like I was so enamored with like the first two, because I mean the game is big, it's long, and it really does feel like like the characters are just sort of like going. It sort of feels like an anime where it's episodic at times. You know what I mean? Like
no, I feel what you
like there's like the beach episode, and then there's let's go to the carnival episode, and then so a lot of stuff feels disconnected. Yeah. And I guess I didn't really like that, or maybe I wasn't expecting it. So I was like, okay, let me take a break. I'll come back to it at some point. But I mean, people are like really loving it, and I was kind of surprised because I'm like, this has so many of like the cheap open world stuff that people always complain about.
Them Ubisoftian towers.
Like it feels bloated. It doesn't feel varied enough or challenging enough. So I was kind of confused. I'm like, what the fuck am I?
How often did you open up the map, click a spot to set a waypoint, and then travel to that waypoint? How often do you think that you did that throughout your playthrough so far?
I think I did that a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of like, but some of the things they sort of do like the Ghost of Tsushima thing, where do you remember in Ghost of Tsushima where they have like following the fox, or like using the wind to guide you to the next destination. I don't know if you remember that. Did you play Ghost of Tsushima, Neb?
Yeah, and you click a waypoint, and
there's a mechanic like that in kind of like in Monster Hunter World, where they have like this pixie dust.
The scout flies.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
Scout flies. Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even catch. Yeah, that's right. That's very similar.
Yeah, that is kind of the same.
Yeah.
So they kind of do that thing, but I think I don't know. It just felt lazy. The game feels lazy to me. Like the gameplay itself feels lazy. Like I felt like there was not a lot of thoughtfulness taken into account. And I guess like this is sort of what gets into the topic of like, do we outgrow specific genres? You know, like if at some point as an adult you're like, this is just not worth my time, or it's not what I'm looking for in a specific game anymore. I feel that. Because like Final Fantasy really excels at its characters and its story, but everything else, the actual playing it sometimes feels mediocre, or like just like, well, they'll be fine just pressing triangle 3 times and fucking having Chadley talk to you through the speaker, and then for 80 hours. I'm just like,
I will say later on there's some missions you do gotta actually do more than just the common stuff, because there's a part when you're fighting Rufus, and it's like if you're not blocking or using the right type of stuff, you'll lose, because I lost so many times to him. So yeah, there are times that the gameplay will piss you off, because either you're fighting a random enemy and it's whooping your ass, because maybe you're not blocking or your attack's just not hitting hard. So yeah, there are some parts like that, but
I have a hard time with blocking.
Rufus is the guy on the motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
No. Oh, wait, is it? No.
I know his name starts with an R.
No. Rufus That's the Shinra.
Shinra. Yeah, it's his son.
Okay,
is it Rufus? I can't remember. Yeah, Rufus.
No, you're right. Yeah, it is Rufus. But I think the guy on the motorcycle, his name starts with an R as well.
Yeah, it's something else.
I can't stand him. I can't stand Buddy, bro.
What's
so
his
ag.
name? Fuck. It's like
I forgot
What
Blu-ray
is his
something.
name? I don't even know his name. I just know he's annoying.
Yeah.
He got that one weird. He got that Johnny Bravo type haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
that little
fighting
bump
man.
it at the top. Like, he pissed me off.
He's so anime though.
Roach.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
He
Very.
is so anime,
Very,
bro.
very.
Oh my
Especially
God.
later
His
on
personality
in Rebirth,
too.
Yes, very.
Yeah. I think
His name is Roach.
Roach.
So fitting.
Roach, yeah. I do think that Yuffie, I know you guys love her, and I love her as well, but I do think that she was borderline annoying in this. Like, I thought she was so good in Intergrade. Like, she was playful, but it also felt like the writing was, like, there was something a bit more, like, mature about Intergrade to me, the way they, like, they did her. She felt more real, like a real person. But then in Rebirth, to me, she felt like more of a caricature of like an anime, like normal, like a schoolgirl kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that because you said you're at on the Golden Saucer. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
because I mean, there are some stuff later on. Because I will say this that I think after whatever the third game's gonna be, they have to make a Dredge's Cerberus remake.
They have
mainly
to.
because and
You're
also
on the
it
camp.
has to be with Yuffie and Vincent because they're pushing a lot of the underground with Yuffie right now in this game. Yes,
Yeah.
there's more attitude when you get to the Temple of the Ancient because she has a certain thing. There's a lot of flashbacks she has about
Wow.
What's his name? His name Vicious? Is that what is he? I can't remember his name. The one that has a straight jacket. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Noctis. It's not Noctis. It starts with an N. I forgot his fucking name.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
I don't know
It's,
why.
it's
I'm
very
Nero.
close to Noctis.
Yeah, like
we
because,
can't
like,
remember anybody's name.
What
are these
No,
characters?
we don't. We just know their descriptions better.
Yeah, but
I just
yeah, like I
like
know who you're talking about.
Nero.
Yeah, because like there's
That
Nero.
was-
I said
okay.
Nero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot in this game that shows that she needs to run her fade with him. So I want a remake or at least a DLC that has her and Vincent. Because I think
Yeah.
we,
I want the gun
we have
pistol.
to get it.
I
You
want
said
the
what?
pistol. I want the pistol.
Oh, the
I want
pistol,
to see
yeah.
Vincent running around like this. I need him jumping. I need it all.
Like I'll be very
God.
shocked. Yeah, we need that. But I'm just saying, I think we will get it because like they keep talking about the underground. And it's like,
Right.
if you're gonna talk about it, you gotta at least have it. Like I think the
Right.
because of course they said like the end of this game is supposed to lead up to Avid Children. So
Oh,
the last-
what?
Oh,
yeah, the last
that
game
would be a
because it's-
DLC.
yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking it will be
Wow.
eventually. But
That's cool.
you can I go on a rant real quick about some stuff?
Go on, yeah.
So
Be our guest.
the worst region in this game is Gungaga. Hands
Shout out
down, the
Gungaga.
map design is ass. The music is okay. I'm not
Ass.
gonna say it's ass. I'm just gonna say the map design sucks. The Chocobo sucks.
Sucks.
Chocobo, he doesn't suck, but everything about it sucks. Besides my baby girl, Shorty from
Names.
what is the one?
Were you just not good with the name?
We
The
should have
bad
a
bitch that
character
give me the
list out.
chocobo.
What is the one that just got a remaster that was on the PSP game that's about damn, how am I
About Zach? I forgot.
Zach,
I forgot.
yes,
I know who
Zach.
you're talking about because I just beat Crisis
Yeah,
Core
yeah.
2 and I
yeah,
honestly
Crisis
forgot
Core.
the
Yeah,
name
yeah,
too.
Crisis Core. It's Shorty that used to be a Turk.
Yeah,
She
I know
shows
who
up
you're
in
talking about.
Gungaga. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Besides her,
Female
yeah,
Reno.
Gungaga. Yeah. Everything in Gungaga sucks. The missions suck. The map design is horrible because the way they do it is because in Gungaga you have the chocobo that can like fly-ish. Because you jump on the mushrooms and you're going around across the map and it's very, very tedious. It's so annoying. So goddamn annoying. I hated it. Because getting the stuff was so bad, especially doing side mission content. It was horrible because there was so many times I was lost because I couldn't go to where I need to go. But yeah, that's the part I hated everything about that region. They should have packed that region up. They should have just made it a forest and that was it. Just take us to the damn reactor.
Right.
I mean,
You
the
know-
village was fine. It's just the doing
it's
the
a great
exploration.
segue. That is an excellent segue to another game in this gauntlet.
Oh, what's the?
Dragon's Dogma 2. Because
Hey,
I can
let
say
me-
the
let me-
same thing about Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh, you can.
About
Hey,
the
let me
least-
just say one last thing though, because there's a character I need to shit on real quick.
Is it the professor dude? Are you going to shit
No,
on the...
Kate Sif. Kate Sif. He has his own missions and it sucks. It's the worst shit I've ever played in any video game. Okay, you can go, Sondi.
God.
Wait, hold
Have
on.
you played,
Before
have you
Sondi
played
goes on
Dirge of
Dragon's
Cerberus
Dogma.
before you say that? I have a worse Kate Sif mission for you. I have Kate Sif
Oh,
stealth missions if you want to go with it.
God.
Just one though, right? It was only
It's
the one.
two of them. At least I think. I remember. I think it's two.
Uh-oh.
Maybe, yeah. But
no, he's just ass in every game then.
You got to remember that's a grown ass man behind that.
So I feel like with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I think there's so much like positivity about it, like it's a perfect game and all this. But I'm like, guys, it's a mixed bag. Like,
yeah,
can we just be honest with ourselves? Like, it's okay to be like, hey, I
good.
like this aspect in this, but it's a mixed bag.
But,
there's so many things in it that are just like, okay, like what is this? I think Yakuza does mini games like way better. And I think they could have, and maybe they were inspired by some like the Yakuza isms, because every Yakuza game has like a bunch of random mini games, but they really like go in depth and can be sort of challenging. But yeah, this just sort of felt like a mass market appeal. Like, well, how can we really get everybody to enjoy this, and still like be Final Fantasy, I guess. And so I don't know, I just felt like they dumbed down some of the stuff that they could have really been more creative with on like the side missions. But I don't know. That's just.
Oh yeah. Also, the open world had a big inspiration by Horizon. Cause
what makes you say that?
Because you have the towers that you climb on top of, and it does the big thing. Like if you go, in Horizon, how you climb on top like the robot giraffe, and it does the thing to scan the area. You have that.
Ubisoft,
there's a lot of
the
way you climb up the wall is kind of the same. I mean, but I did see the interview that the creator, one of them, the people that are working on here, did say they did play Horizon, they liked it, so it makes sense. But some parts of the open area feels like Horizon.
As I look back on Dragon's Dogma 2, especially with how much I liked Dragon's Dogma 1 when we did our replay. I start to think like, damn, there isn't any memorable characters other than like the elf boy. There isn't really.
Did you guys play Dragon's Dogma 2?
No, we gotta play 1.
I didn't want to. I had too much stuff in my life to do.
Yeah, you had to drop something.
Yeah.
We'll,
I want to play.
Fair enough.
We'll side this to the side, but I feel like, and then this also kind of equates to also Rise of Ronin and Stellar Blade. And one of the reasons why I wrote that main question that we have, just for the thing of just, can you outgrow a genre? Because I played through Dragon's Dogma 2. I liked it. I mean, I think I was just coming off the high of, oh shit, this is Dragon's Dogma 2. Oh shit. And then I just beat Dragon's Dogma once. I was like, oh shit, Dragon's Dogma, Dragon's Dogma. We just recorded the podcast for Dragon's Dogma. I was just in a Dragon's Dogma zone. And then I went straight into Rise of Ronin, which is a can of mixed, like you said, a mixed bag of good, a lot of good stuff, and also a lot of bad stuff. Mainly the main open world just doesn't feel good in terms of like imagining Neo, but with Ubisoft towers to unlock and you fight this guy and you get a +5 katana that you're gonna scrap any fucking way. So, and then Stellar Blade, which you guys have been on, I've replayed the demo and I still don't like it.
I played the demo and that's about it. I thought about getting it.
I played the demo and I'm just like,
I don't know, man.
Nev struggled with the demo.
I just don't know. I struggle with it. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know how I like it yet. I don't know. Like, just some games you play, you're just like, I kind of like this, but I don't know how I feel about it yet.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I play it and I'm like, I like the music, I like the characters, I like the story, I like the art design, but then I have to fucking parry and Dark Souls lock on camera, and now I'm like, whoa, I didn't want this with Stellar Blade.
I'm kind of pissed off with it. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like the gameplay was hella slow, but I will say once you unlocked a few of the dodges, it felt a little bit better-ish.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it's one of the ones where we got to play the full game to unlock all the stuff, but. Yeah, doing all that parrying and all that, I was just like, I'm just trying to do a hack and slash. I'm not trying to do nothing else. I said, I'm trying to be on my near shit.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
I thought it was gonna be very hack and slash, very anime low key. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
it literally could have just copied Nier Automata. It's like combat
it was like,
style,
you're moving
and we
so
would have been okay.
fast.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah, I think I've been playing it pretty deliberately, and I feel like it. I also sort of wanted like a Nier Automata sort of like play style. Yeah. But I think they found a really interesting balance in the difficulty and just like not button mashy. So it's not too hard like like Dark Souls or Sekiro even, but it's also not too like button mashy. I mean, not to say Nier Automata was too button mashy, but like, you know, it was just more frenetic and fast. So it sort of strikes a like in between in there because there's smaller enemies that you can just go to town on, you know. But typically you're not going to be fighting more than like, I don't know, like 4 to 5 enemies at a time. But there are some difficult enemies like that'll respawn, you know, if you save or whatever, that can kick your ass if you're not like paying attention. But I found the combat's like really rewarding, and it's not too difficult, just challenging enough. And I don't know, like I kind of understand where you guys are coming from with that demo, because I also felt a little skeptical, you know, when I was like, I don't really like Souls games, you know, I don't really fuck with them, you know, and I was like, well, I don't know, it felt a little bit different. It's a little faster, obviously, but once I actually got into it, unlocked more abilities and all this, you can really make the game easier. There's like these skill trees or skill sets that you can equip to your character that can change your play style. So if you want to be more ranged, like you can play, like I was telling Sondi this, you could play it as a third person shooter, you know,
because it has a gun. Yeah,
it has a gun, and there's a whole like kit that would enhance like the amount of ammo you get, the amount of damage, so you could keep your distance to enemies, you know, and all that. I don't know how viable it is with ammo, but you might have to spend a lot on ammo. But there's like kits that like make dodging easier, parrying easier. There's like a bunch of options, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you can really play this how you want. If you're really more into the combos, you can actually get like a specific set of skills that like sort of incentivize you to use specific combos, and you do more damage for them, you know. And then like if you are more into using like the skills and stuff, there's different abilities that like lean towards that. Like there's just more variation to it than I thought there would be, and so I think that's why I found it way more enjoyable than I thought, because I was really looking at this as like, this is going to be like a solid, like a high 6, low 7. You know, like a
solid 7 out of 10, 7.3. You know, that's how I felt about it too.
Yeah. But then, like as I was playing, I was like, wait a second, this is a strong 8, low 9, like because it gives you so many options, like it surprises me, and I feel like I'm ruining maybe some of the surprises by telling you guys, but there are a couple of things that come up where I was that I was like, damn, this is actually like really solid. It does take heavy inspiration from Nier Automata, for sure. Heavy inspiration from Sekiro with some things.
So there's a Resident Evil like mission there or something.
There was like a horror Resident Evil 2 mission that took like they even take away like your whole like you can't use your sword the whole fucking mission, and it's like a good 2-hour mission. And I was like, cool. They're brave enough to be like, yeah, let's just completely change the gameplay mechanic here on just focusing. And I was like, that is smart.
Do you think that's an EK callback?
A what?
Do you think that's an EK callback?
Maybe.
Got to see the booty jiggle while she shoots real quick.
Hey, I will say, let me say real quick. I saw that, like, because I've been seeing TikToks of it, like, the environment is very explorable, because, like, somebody had a crane and they just destroyed a whole bunch of walls, and then they found a suit, so that's one thing I'll probably like, because I like exploring stuff, so.
Yeah, I like that about it when I was playing the demo. I was like, wow, there's not a lot of invisible walls here. I like this.
Yeah.
Also,
plus the skill set, I did see that, too, in the demo.
Yeah, it reawakened some trauma for me. That Bloodborne started for me. If you know what I'm talking about, you going into a room and you don't know a monster's right around the corner, and it pops out. I had that happen to me. Because I didn't expect it to happen. So I was going in this building, and I was like, oh, okay, explore. And as soon as I walk in, I get slashed. I'm like, wait. So now I couldn't walk into any room without just like peering around the corner.
I think for me, especially after buying Persona 3 and Dragon's Dogma 2 and Rise of the Ronin, I think that was kind of like, all right, I'm $70'd out. Like, I don't think I can spend another $70.
Yeah. I understand that. I couldn't drop that 70. I'm sorry.
I said I had enough games I bought for ass cheeks. I did that with Street Fighter.
Tight. Literally last year, I bought Street Fighter and Diablo back to back. Like, every time I have to buy a game, it's always 2 games I gotta buy. So I was like, damn, that's a 3DS right there. What the fuck?
You really gotta ask yourself. I was like, is the jiggle worth $70?
And that was my thing. I'm Souls out because it reminded me a lot of Steel Rising, which they gave away for free with PlayStation Plus, and I played through that. And I already played through Demon Souls, and I just played through Dark Souls, and I just played through I've played, like I've gotten into
I can understand
the Souls genre. Last year, I had like this big gauntlet of like Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Sekiro. Like I just been going through it, and now I'm going through the second set of that gauntlet.
Are you torturing yourself or something?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what that sound like.
What did you?
Are you like so hard? Are you okay?
He said I went.
What
happened?
I just never beat them, so I was like, let me actually go through and actually beat them. And now they're like second nature to me. I kind of like understand like the tricks they're going to do, and like okay, let me keep a bow just in case. Let me mess around with this. Like
I know a good therapist.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point with Souls games where I'm hip to it. And Steel Rising, like when I played Stellar Blade, a lot of the gameplay reminded me of Steel Rising because Steel Rising is a Souls-like, and it has jumping and a lot of quick motions and quick dodges and iframes that you can do. So it's pretty much the same. And I was like, this is just sexier Steel Rising. I don't really want to play this right now, especially for $70 fucking dollars. I'm good.
Yeah.
I can't even listen to any discourse about the game because half the fucking discourse is about fucking
you already know
what's kind of
them that should not be named and shit.
The game isn't as horny or as sexy as something like Senran Kagura.
And I assumed so. It was just she has a sexy body. I assume that's probably the whole
I'm trying to use a water gun and splash.
Like, hey man, it's in his name.
If you play Senran Kagura, Estival Versus, like they put the girls in like these
they get naked.
Like bubble outfit. Yeah, I got
that. But they also put them in poses like when you're fighting a girl, she'll take a certain amount of damage, and then it'll cut to a cutscene of her like clothes ripping, and you can't skip that. Like it's just like
Hey, in Peachy Bleach Splash, you get a rubber duck and you can spray off the bikini.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah.
Like there's nothing really like that in this game. It's just the fact that she's a voluptuous woman who's wearing some revealing outfits.
Yeah.
You know, and skin, but there's no like camera angles that like accentuate her ass. She's not like Bayonetta. Like you know how Bayonetta, like the camera
Bayonetta specifically does like
is more like ogling her.
Here's a coochie shot.
Yeah, like she's never touching herself or doing anything like that. So it's kind of like I don't know. It's not that bad, guys. Like she just happens to be fucking.
I'm gonna say Nier had that part.
She's just bad. That's it.
I was like, hey, Nier Automata.
She's just bad.
Yeah.
No, I think that's Nier Automata. Like,
Oh, continue.
No, what were you saying, Comp?
Sorry. This happens once. Listen, this happens once an episode, bro. I swear. We go like,
it's like Stewie. It's like, what
it's not just you, bro.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Were you talking about the Nier Automata, like when you try to look up the...
No. When you explode. You know when you explode and you're in that outfit?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, you can... And then, if... I have a whole scene that I saved from, like, the part when you're with the aliens, and I just got to slow walk up them stairs. I'm like, yeah.
But you sliding down the what is it?
Ladder.
The ladder. Yeah. I was shook. I was like, oh, they know what they were doing.
Like it jiggles.
This is the Nikkei people.
I want to say that this game isn't like Nikkei is way hornier than this game. I will say
Nikkei is extremely horny. Like really I can't even play that shit publicly. I tried to get into it. It's a good game. It's just I can't.
You guys know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, at least that.
You guys know what the Nikkei Goddess of Victory mobile game? You guys know about this game?
Oh, okay.
I don't think I ever played that.
Yeah.
So that game is the first game by the studio Shift Up, and this is their first console game. Yeah, so they moved from that mobile game, which is a horny ass fucking shooter mobile game, to this console game.
Wait, Is that anime one?
Yes.
Yeah, where you shoot and then like the asses are jiggling in the background.
Jiggling,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now I know. Okay. Yeah. I haven't played it, but I know exactly because I saw the advertisements like crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you got the advertisements. Yeah,
definitely.
Because I definitely got the advertisements.
He said,
I know you.
Neb,
Wow,
I know you. I
trying to
got
say
him.
Ben.
I know
He
you.
said you personally.
You trying to tag me?
No, not like that.
What's
I
that?
wasn't trying to say.
He said you.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Their advertisements in real life made me search
Wherever
for like
you're
an
from.
ad blocker on YouTube for my phone because I would get those ads before every like all the time, and I'd be like, bro, I can't be watching some random video. Like I'd be watching like sports like highlights, and it'll just be like Nikkei fucking titties pop up. I'm like, I'm at Jiffy Lube right now. I can't have people thinking I'm crazy right now, bro.
Bruh.
Yeah, but I think Stellar Blade is really, really inspired by Nier Automata, and I think that in a lot of its themes, in a lot of its like, I mean, dude, there's a whole desert level, like straight desert level that could just be in Nier Automata, and it's very like
where you're doing the sliding and everything too in there.
No, there's no sliding, unfortunately. Yeah, you would think, but they didn't include it. There's a robot following you, you know, just like in Nier. There's a lot of talk about AI, just humanity versus, you know, just an artificial intelligence and things like that. There's like a very transhumanism message sort of, you know, happening. But I don't know. It's a solid game. I would say maybe buy it on a sale, but I think you would.
That's what I was
you guys would like it, you know, especially like. Look, I'm sorry. Like, I'm a sucker for outfits. So, like, if I can just go around, explore a world, and get outfits, like,
I do
I'm
like
golden.
a good outfit.
Yeah,
so, like, and there's, like, so many in this. So, although a lot of them are kind of ass.
You should have started with that.
You just started with the outfits.
He said, outfits? Bet. I'm sold.
Yeah, there's some games that never get outfits because, you know, they make a remake and, you know, some reason they only include 2 outfits and then one you got to pre-order and then, you know, they cut out half the game.
Wait, it sounds like you're talking about a specific game.
Yeah. And, you know, then they change enemies.
What game are you talking about?
Resident Evil 3 remake.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. That was I don't know what they did with that one. It's strange. But yeah, so I would recommend Stellar Blade to you guys. I can say that. Dragon's Dogma 2.
He's trying to convert us.
Also is pretty good, but it will test your patience. I would say but you know, I also Sondi. I don't think they should have used the RE engine on it. Like, I feel like maybe that's why
Capcom
they couldn't.
fucks up a lot because that's the same thing I felt about Exoprimal. Exoprimal's a cool game, but like it uses the RE engine, and you can tell because like certain things, like when they puke out all the dinosaurs for you to fight, it's a really cool set piece. But then every time you can feel the chug of like, ooh, RE engine wasn't meant for all these models.
Yeah, I think
they got that new one coming.
No,
wait, what? They have a new one.
Yeah, they have a new one coming. Yeah, like I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's gonna be the new one they're gonna be using. Or something.
Curious what they're gonna do with the new Monster Hunter game.
That's gonna be an RE engine. I think
that's also
it looked like
an
it was.
Engine.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah,
I hope they don't mess it up because I love Monster Hunter. Ugh.
Yeah. I'm afraid of Monster Hunter now because it's become very commercialized and like I was just talking about this. And I feel like I've talked about this before. Like I don't know who I was talking with this about, but regardless, Monster Hunter is kind of like, and this kind of goes back to the bigger question I wanted to ask you guys about outgrowing a genre. But like old Monster Hunter used to be cool. Like when you would have pickaxes and you would have like, oh shit, my pickaxe is broke. I gotta manage my shit. I gotta drink a hot drink before I go into this volcano so that my health isn't constantly receding. Having to stop and drink and diving in the water, like all that. And like we take it for granted because it's like, okay, this quality of life has just been improved, but having to actually paintball the monster is cool. Like that was the cool part of Monster Hunter. It's like, oh, who brought the traps? I want to capture this monster. Like we don't really have that no more. People just hop into quests. But I remember back in the day, you would hop on a lobby and you'd have to type out and you'd be like, hold on, bro, don't leave the lobby yet. We're almost done with the quest, bro. We're almost there. Please. We need you for the next quest, bro. Please stop. Don't leave. People don't do that no more. They just up and leave, and you're like, oh, I don't even remember that guy. But you remember the guy in Uragan armor with the hammer that helped you out.
I would say Monster Hunter, especially World, is a lot more fun playing with somebody and y'all like are talking, because playing with just like random people online, like because sometimes I can't stand when this happens. Like you'll go on a mission, they'll join, and then they end up killing the monster. I'm like, what are you doing? We are trying to capture. What is going on? And
or you're under leveled and you're just playing for fun with like a set or something, exactly. And then some like level 100 HR 600 guy comes in and just two shots the monster. Then you're like, fuck.
Yeah, sometimes that works when you need a part. And you join another mission and somebody, or you shoot a SOS and somebody like level 999 joins. I'm like, exactly, come help me, because I need this part. I need this part.
I'm on my last cart, please.
Yes, I'm trying to get this armor by tonight.
Yeah. I don't know, but that also comes into like terms of like what really has changed with gaming in general. Because like you said, like when I played the Division, like when we take our random dabblings, like, hey, we're gonna play the Division for 3 hours tonight. Those are the most fun I had playing the Division 2 than when I ever had the hundreds of hours I put in solo, or even when I play MMOs. Like when I played Toontown with my wife, I had way more fun playing through that entire thing. We were almost made a guild together. Like we were really deep into Toontown lore, looking at YouTubers and all that. But I don't really have that same like inkling when it comes to everything else. Like the farthest I've gotten to Final Fantasy 14 is because I played with this nigga, and we even played. That lasted 3 days.
Golly,
like it is. You think about it, and it's like, damn, multiplayer games like 2K can't play that without a homie. Yeah, I'm not playing with fucking randoms. 2K wreck randoms.
I'd rather kill myself. Now that's a series I got rid of. 2K.
That's understandable.
Yeah,
I haven't played a 2K game since 2K13.
You're a smart man.
That was a big game. Like, I stopped at 16.
I love 13. Like I used to play it all the time. Like my dad was confused when I asked for 2K13 and a PS3. He was like, a basketball game?
Why don't they make them like live service games? Like
because they know that people would pay $60 and they know that you need to make your build, so that's another $100 so you can speed track your build so you can be good online. Oh, but your build sucks because we patched it, so you got to pay another $100 so you can make a new build. Oh, you want to get a new haircut? Oh, you want to get the new Jordans? Oh, you want to get a tattoo sleeve? Oh, you need your Gatorade boost? You need to work out every week so you can get a free Gatorade boost. It's so much into this. Then they got a battle pass now.
Yeah. There's a battle pass for 2K.
Yes.
You have to get the battle pass in order to get badges, because the badges are your perks, that you build your character around. But now they have like immunities that are built into the season, so you need to grind the season or pay
what is this,
with
Fortnite?
Real money to skip it so you can get to, like, imagine if Fortnite, if they just lock, like, you can only have 2 slots of your inventory, but if you got the level 75 on the battle pass, you got the other 3 slots in Fortnite.
That's crazy.
Like, that's what 2K does. And niggas really pay money. I know people that have put thousands into 2K this year. Like, that's insane.
Real bad.
They are ridiculous. Bad. Very ridiculous. That's why I'm happy I stopped at 16. As soon as they started adding the park and all the other stuff, and because essentially it got away from playing with your friends, whoever, it became online more, and even like playing online is trash now. Even my team became way too much spending money, and my team at first was actually currency. Fun. Yeah, so it just became way too greedy with trying to get money with all the transactions.
I ain't spent a dime on that mode.
Yeah,
I have. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
They tried to get me though. I mean, I was young, so I couldn't. I had no job.
I mean, we were 13. There wasn't really nothing. Just know, I think 13 was the game I had negative VC, and I had like negative million VC. So I somehow got my player all the way 99 stats, everything. Because I don't know how it happened, but it was a glitch. It was a glitch. That was crazy.
I used to always play against the computer. I never even knew they had it online on 2K13.
You're a smart man.
I came across it by accident. I was like, how the hell did I get here?
Bro, every time I play 2K,
I don't like this. I'm going back.
I get on 2K. All my friends were screaming at each other. They were talking about scream. It's the worst. I get off and I'm like, I'm never playing 2K again. I'm not buying next year. And I guarantee you, when that first trailer dropped for 2K25, I'm gonna be like, bro, did you see the badge changes? Oh my god, bro, I need to.
I have a friend like that. He always trashes 2K. He was like, I hate 2K. I hate 2K. I'm never playing this game. He was like, I'm like, what you doing, son? I'm on 2K.
I'm playing 2K.
All right, bro.
It's because it's the only.
That's like me with Pokemon. I told you that's me with Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't
Oh my gosh, do you see?
Everybody
do you
has
see
that
Magnemite?
game.
It actually looks like it's a steel type now. Yeah, just
That's
know when
why
that
I didn't
trailer
get
dropped for
Scarlet
Scarlet Violet. Hey, that's how I was. I was losing my
Man.
mind. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this looks good, the texture. And then you play the game, and it's like, oh, why am I all the way across the map right now? Glitch.
Sword and Shield was when I bowed out of Pokemon. I played Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I was like, this is exactly what I want from Pokemon from here on out.
Arceus
I still gotta
is another
buy that
amazing
game.
experience. Amazing.
You've been telling
experience.
me to get it.
And then I
So
played
good.
Scarlet and Violet, and I was like, ooh, I don't like this frame rate. I don't like this popping. I don't like these.
That's why I stopped playing that one. Because
The Pokemon look like ass. Everything looks like trash. What are these Paradox Pokemon? What are we doing? Just give me Mega Evolutions.
Hey, they're going back to Megas with the Pokemon Legends. What is it, Z? They're going back to something we actually need, but we'll see when we get this trailer and what they do.
Yeah, we'll see. And it'll
I
be
need
the
to see some
same. It'll be
gameplay. Forget
Scarlet
the
and
trailer
Violet
at this
too.
point.
No, the Legend game's different. They different than the other piece of shits we get. They built different. Those ones they actually took their time for.
So to put a cap on it, what do you guys? I guess how do you guys feel about outgrowing a genre? Like you guys are talking about Pokemon and 2K and just being like, I'm just over it, you know, or just kind of like a what's a genre that you think that you've just like, I'm kind of just done with it, you know? I mean, like people outgrow Fortnite or like JRPGs or just like
Call of
I just
Duty.
can't do Okay, so like multiplayer shooter.
Yeah, Call of Duty, zombies, all that. I just outgrew all. I mean, I still play Fortnite, but I outgrew everything else. I hate Blizzard for doing me dirty with Overwatch because they had a thing where I didn't play for months on Overwatch 2 and they're like, oh, we're giving away like 3,000 whatever credit is, and then there was a new Ash skin coming because when Ash gets a skin, I go after it. But you know, they took it before I could even get the skin. They took the money out the thing, and I'm like, where did it go? So yeah, then I deleted the game and I said I'm never playing this again. Maybe if I want to see Ash in her Warlock skin, I might come back, but. Yeah, those ones I'm done. The only online shooter I play is Fortnite because at least with Fortnite I can get any female character I want dancing.
Yeah. I can get Festival. I can get some Rocket Racing in. I can get.
Hey, they added some new music in there too.
Lego.
Yeah. I'm a scaredy cat. I don't care.
I was getting hints of that when we were talking about.
Well, I played Little Nightmares 1 and 2 with my friends. So like, I mean.
Are those survival horror?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah,
kind of, sort of.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah.
No, it really kind of, sort. I mean, it is like
it's more. I'll say it's more it's thriller.
It's
horror
more thriller horror.
It's like I guess they're eerie. Yeah.
But I don't think I've outgrown anything. Well, that's cap. I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna say
How about platformers?
You outgrew Roblox.
Yeah. Platformers, like actually my favorite platformer is Ratchet and Clank. I still like Ratchet and Clank. I'm just like, I don't know if I can I don't know how I sat through that as a kid, like playing playing that for like hours on end, because it can be so annoying trying to get somewhere, like trying to jump to another place and you made the jump
and it's
you
still
die.
going,
and it's really annoying.
I just beat that shit. Yeah.
Sondi, what about you?
It's definitely platformers. But to be fair, I've always had a love-hate relationship with platformers because my favorite game is Sonic Adventure 2. But I hate Mario. I don't want to say hate. That's a strong word. Let me rephrase that. Yeah.
It's on
I strongly dislike the first impressions that Mario games give me. Every time I play them, I finish like 1 or 2 levels and then I'm like, I'm good. And
I don't like that.
Every time I try to play a
Mario
platformer,
Party, you don't have problems.
Literally, Mario Party and Mario Kart is only two Mario games I can play.
Yeah, Mario
everything
Kart,
else
yes.
I can't play like really when it comes to it. And I guess even everything, like when I made the Pitfall video, I realized how jaded I was in that Pitfall video because I really just did not like platforming. And I realized, like even now, like this morning, I was playing Pseudo Regalia, which is this indie game. Play as a goat. You got this cool sword. You do a lot of like long jumps and stuff. It's really cool. It's like a Metroidvania a little bit too. It's a lot of platforming, and I almost bowed out of it. Like I'm kind of forcing myself to get through it, but at the same time, I hate forcing myself through a game because I start to feel jaded, and I started to feel that way as well when it comes to JRPGs, just because I made a goal this year to play more JRPGs because I looked over and I'm like, I never really beaten a lot of JRPGs. I've played a lot of JRPGs, but I've never really beaten or gotten super far in JRPGs. And now that
we're the same.
Halfway through this year, we're almost halfway. I've beaten 24 games, and like 16 of those are JRPGs. And I'm like, I can't do this no more. Like, I'm feeling like the fatigue of the genre, and I don't know if it's the genre or the modernization of modern JRPGs, or if it's just how AAA gaming is. I'm like, I can't do this shit no more, bro.
Say,
stop with these open
AAA
worlds.
Gaming, new games don't feel as fun no more. Like they just don't. Like the type of fun that we got from playing older games when we were kids compared to now is just like, it's like a spark is lost. Like there's no sprinkle, there's no razzle dazzle, something like that, you know. But there are some games that give me that feeling again. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake was giving me that feeling again. I'm like, I haven't been that into a game in so long, but not a lot of games give me that same feeling, if that makes sense.
I know what you mean, because a lot of the modern contrivances that we have of like I even say like you said with, did you platinum it? And it's like, as a kid, we didn't have platinum trophies.
We just played it to completion, and that was it.
Yeah. I just played Ratchet and Clank, and I tried to get all the golden bolts. Or I would play through Kingdom Hearts again, and this time I'm a reach for level 99 so I can beat Sephiroth. Like, I just made my own goals in games. Like Sonic, I'm gonna get all the emblems so I can get Green Hill Zone. I didn't have to do that because there's a platinum trophy at the end of it. Or even thinking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is the reason I didn't pick it up, is because I was hearing a lot about how big this open world is, and I'm like, hold on, I'm getting off of other big open world games. You're telling me, so I'm about to pick up I know I have to play Dragon's Dogma for the podcast. Then I got to play Dragon's Dogma 2 because I got to play Dragon's Dogma 2. Then you're telling me this game, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, has a big open world, and I also have Rise of Ronin on my playlist, and
it has baby chocobos.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't. There's only so many like 60 to 70 hour open world. Go here, open up your map, click a waypoint, go travel to the waypoint so I can get this one little skill point and keep it moving. Like, there's only so much I can do of that before I'm like, all right, guys, like, can we just get to the main story? Like, we don't need, we did not need that side content. It was not worth it. It wasn't impactful. I don't remember it. Dragon's Dogma is a prime example. I had more fun just walking around and being like, oh shit, that's a dragon, over when they would tell me go somewhere and do something. Because after that time, I would go there, do something, and it would already be done, and I would just come back. But I had more fun. I was just like, oh shit, it's a cave. Let me levitate over there.
Well, I think what we're all talking about has a couple layers to it. I think there's a psychological one where, because we're older and we've played games, at least me and Sondi, I'm not sure about you two, but we've played games for so long that a bit of the magic is lost as we become adults, where we've seen every mechanic. We know how everything works. You know, there's not many surprises in games for us these days, because it's like, well, I see the skill list, so there's probably going to be these types of skills. I see if there's a, I know I'm going to get a shotgun at some point. Like, there's just so many things. I know there's a
guy waiting to slice me as soon as I walk past
his door. They're not
exactly
fun anymore. You just think about, because there's a lot of the concepts are just stuff we've already seen.
Yes,
but we're not in the era anymore of just new stuff, because we're not in that PS2, GameCube, Xbox era where it's just like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing, because games are already at where they're at. Because honestly, games peaked design wise on the PS2, and then now it's just making designs look more real life.
Yeah,
I would like to add about that the aesthetics, like. There is not, like, when I mean character, like, let's talk about like even Persona 3, from Fez to now. Like, Persona 3 Fez had a lot of character. Like, it had the vibe, like the tints and the colors and the textures and things like that. That really evoked something out of you, and paired with the music along with it, that really was like, yeah, this is an experience. Like, they really put some thought into this. But now it's just like bright color, saturation,
blue.
Ooh, like.
Oh, you weren't a fan of like the art design or
I didn't mind it. I just like, I wish it was like just not as super saturated as it was. I would have liked it to be dialed back just a tad, because we get a lot of things like that. Even with anime, we get a lot of overly saturated, high quality, no stylistic choices. They just like, this is what works. We're going to give it to you. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
okay.
And I just got tired of it a little bit. I'm just like, can we get something different for once?
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk last year was a game, but it calls back to the Dreamcast era, and a lot of it's like visual design but like the soundtrack, the way that the characters look, the way that animations were, everything, it just brought me pure joy. But I don't know if that's pure joy just because this is just Jet Set Radio but new, or if it's like, this is just cool. A game that did interest me that I did pick up, it's called, I gotta go because it has a weird fucking name. Hold on, I gotta go to my Steam library real quick. It is called Umurangi Generation.
That's a crazy name.
Yeah, and it's a crazy looking game.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a first person photography game. Yeah. So you walk around, they just give you a generic objective, like take a picture of a skyline. And you just take a picture however you want. You get a full aperture, ISO, everything. You can just walk around this cyberpunk world and just take photos of people and all that stuff. There's no goals. They give you hey, take this kind of picture, and then you just take that kind of picture. They don't grade you on it. They just go, good. You took a picture of a car. Thanks. And it looks cool. Huh. It feels good. Kind of fire. Music is good. And games like that I feel like that's the next evolution of games, like Stray, Sifu, where
majority of the games are better. They actually have better creativity than AAA. AAA is just, they don't have no imagination, no creativity anymore.
Yeah. It's just open world, waypoint objectives, gear scores, crafting systems.
This kind of bleeds into how we feel about current anime.
There's a similarity. Trust me. There's a lot of similarities that we have between gaming and anime. There's so many similarities.
If it's anything like how modern shonen is. Yeah, if it's anything like how modern shonen is, because I still read everything that comes out Sunday from Shonen Jump, and a lot of those series that get scrapped, I'm like, I see why you got scrapped. This is incredibly generic.
Akane Banabashi is carrying.
Yeah. Sakamoto Days.
That's when I gotta read. You've been telling me about that forever. I'm like, I have to read it because I love my good female MC. Got
like Yozakura Family. Like after a certain while, half of these shows, I'm just like, I don't even know why that got an anime. This shit is, get the fuck out of here. Like that's not cool. Yeah,
we watch so much anime at this point. We can just point it out. We know when the show is gonna be bad probably by the cover art at this point.
You know, it is crazy because back when I was a seasonal person like that too, I used to watch seasonal shit when I worked at this boot store, and I would just watch everything all day. Whatever came out that day, I would just watch it. You kind of do get to a point by like episode 4, you're like, all right, this is gonna be good. All right, this might be good. Yeah, you can tell, like, let me wait for the twist at episode 6. Let me see how they handle that episode 7 to 9 when they have 0 budget. What are they gonna do?
You can. I always had the 3-episode rule. I was like, 3 episode. Yeah, if it was a 12-episode anime or 13 episode, I'm like 3 episodes. If you can't set up your characters, your world, and motivations in that time, I'm not gonna, I
ain't watching this shit.
And it never failed me. Yeah, so
Citrus had me locked in every week, every Tuesday.
Bro.
I was like, man,
crazy man. It says Citrus. That's funny.
There's actually in like every season, there's always those one-off ones, those low-key ones that nobody's talking about. Those are always the best ones.
Always the bangers.
Because those are always trying to doing something different and really telling a really good story, have good characters. And those are the ones that don't get talked about. They get left behind. The ones that get talked about is the ones that, like, what concept we've already seen, characters we've already kind of, like, what personalities we've already seen.
Yeah.
And it's like, dang, like, we do get some good anime for, like, every once in a while. Just, like, we do get a handful each season. But I feel like, especially, like, back in the day, like, we used to get a lot more.
Yes.
Like,
we got better stuff, better quality.
Music was better. I don't care what nobody says.
I do think it is a lot of filtering now, though. Because it is, like, it's just like games. Like, with indie games, like, I kind of use a filter of content creators as like a filter before I dive into a indie game. I can't just dive straight into some blind indie game because that shit could be like a flash game, but I just paid $20 for it.
Yeah.
Whereas
exactly.
I feel like probably a lot of anime people are like, oh, did Gigux spring anime in a nutshell video drop? All right, let's see what we're watching this season, or what did Trash Taste and
opinion somewhere else.
Yeah, what did Mother's Basement say about the anime this season and shit like that? Like, that's all they listen to, and they go, okay, that anime is trash.
I mean, that's basically what they do with me when it comes to seasonal time. They see what I say just to see what it's about. And then majority of the time, if it's the isekai, I'm saying it's trash. And then it's not trash. I just watched it, and I'm like, yes, it is. I said, it's the same thing we've seen the past 5 seasons. But just because you like overpowered, boring characters.
Yeah, like Magical Destroyers was so cool. Art style was cool. Opening, ending, cool.
Amazing. I love that opening ending.
The first half of the story, I was like, this shit is cool. I mean, it kind of fell off story-wise, but I assumed so. But it was still cool. I was like, I like it art style-wise. This is cool as shit to watch.
Yeah, art style was nice.
We will say, like, the isekai anime with female MCs, they always get to the business. Like, they don't waste no time. They're not trying to build no harem. They're trying to build some bags. They're trying to build an empire. They trying to get to the bag. Like
the reverse isekais now, where it's like, oh, it's real world, but there's like solo leveling, where it's like, oh, it's the real world, but I got special powers now and shit like that. It's Redestroyers.
I will say the one thing we deal with the most in anime is that some reason a lot of people hate female main characters, and they act like the anime ain't that good. And in the majority of the time, they're missing out.
Isn't that like 75% of anime is like a female main character though?
But for the most part, there's a lot.
I feel like it's pretty common too.
It is. But to be hating on it, like I don't know why.
Niggas are like, a lot of niggas are like in their shonen bag, bro. They like refuse to get out of the hole of shonen. Like it's like, what's the new shonen? What's the new battle anime? Instead of like, let me watch Spice and Wolf. It's like, like I try to put people on. Like I like Citrus. Like I say that as a joke, but I really did enjoy watching Citrus because it's okay to watch a shitty show sometimes. It's just like watching,
you can like Batman.
90 Day Fiance. It's a great show sometimes, and sometimes I feel like people just need to just branch out, but they're afraid to branch out because they don't want to be seen if somebody walks in the room like that RDC World skit, and it's like, bro, I swear to God, they was not doing none of this before.
It's like they want to watch anime that are rated like a 8 or like 8 to 10. They don't want to go below the 8 status. Like they don't want to watch anything that's like, oh, if it's below an 8, it's not peak.
Like,
that's because they pay attention to my anime list way too much. When it's like there's so much stuff on there that is rated wrong.
So many things that are rated
6s and lower that are better than that. You just gotta watch it for yourself.
Yeah,
that's why the way Neb and I make videos, we watch all these other anime that people never really watch, or if they did watch it, they don't remember it, and we just talk about it because like people just don't be watching stuff. They watch the basic stuff.
That's how we feel with games sometimes. People talk about Dirge Cerberus like it's some shit. That's a fun game. Charokyu, I would have never heard about that game until he was like, bro, this is how we got the design. And I was like, okay, let's play it. And it's a great game. Like, I have like 4 of them on my shelf now because of them. Like,
you do?
I got Seek and Destroy, and then I got Road Trip.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Seek and Destroy,
Musashi?
With games and anime, I think that there is, like, as they've gotten so much more popular that they've ever been, there is the sort of commercialization of the products that we love, and because they're being commercialized, that means that they have to appeal to a bigger audience, and that usually means that they have to appeal to the lowest common denominator, and so the creative ideas don't get put forth because it's like, well, that's too risky. We got to create something safe because we're putting a lot of money into this, and so we need to have the return on sales. And so people like isekai. So that's why you see trends, because like like a group of people like isekai, and it gets huge.
A lot of them
so
like
it's like,
it.
So like let's just keep
do.
making it because it's making money. So it's like this feedback loop of like people doing this thing and then it just like going back. Like it's a vicious cycle.
We are in a very vocal minority when it comes to both anime and video games.
We are.
We are.
I'm still screaming at the heavens that Forspoken was a really good 7 out of 10 game, and everybody's
ripping that game to shreds.
I don't understand it.
it didn't look that bad to me, to be honest.
No, I didn't.
It's a great game. It's
like
fun.
They were saying the dialogue is corny. I heard the dialogue. I'm like, it's not that bad.
And what's funny about that is that when you put it into the context of out of context, it is pretty cringy. But Freya as a character it's established in the first shot that she's like, she jokes because she's had a troubled past. She's an orphan. She's in the streets. She's in gangs. She does this so that people don't pick on her. Like, the very first thing is her getting mugged and her joking, and they say, stop fucking joking around. Like, this is serious. You can't keep joking your whole life. And then she gets isekai. Of course she's going to be like, I can move shit with my hands. But then after that, even the bracelet's like, all right, shut the fuck up. Like, in the game. So it's on brand for the story and the writing. But people just see out of context clips and are like, oh, anyway. But right off the good, amazing parkour, the amazing open world, the amazing design of combat, like they skip over that, and it's a really good story as well
because
too.
Of the type of character she was. They were going a little crazy on the other side, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
They were doing a lot.
There's some gamers that care more about shit that don't affect games.
Yeah, at all.
Than they do the game. Like, that's how I feel about Stellar Blade, where I'm like, okay, y'all are talking about titties and ass, but what's going on with the gameplay? Like, you telling me there's a Resident Evil section?
Don't say nothing.
That made me almost buy the game more than everybody being like, ugh, we need to patch the V-line. Like, nigga, how's the parry system? What cool bosses do we have, bro? Is there a Virgil?
No, they don't want to say nothing. No. They all
Community said that.
Yeah, they don't. They just horny. That's all it is.
Nah, that's really.
They do not care.
Is just
if you read
horny.
the comments, that's all they are. They're like, it's the principle. We don't care if they censor something. It's the principle. And I'm like, y'all really care that much? I said, go out, touch some grass, go see some real women.
Go to the
you
bar,
really care
bro.
that much?
They can't.
Like shit.
Yeah. I think that kind of stuff is like a culmination. I think the censoring thing for Stellar Blade is a culmination of Sony censoring other games. And I think it's reached a fever pitch with Stellar Blade. Because it feels like it comes out of nowhere, but Sony has censored other games in the past. And so I think people have felt like, all right, like this is fucking enough. But it is kind of ridiculous that it is over such a trivial aspect of the game where people are like demanding refunds and shit. Like Sony's giving out refunds of digital copies of Stellar Blade because people are like false advertising, you know? People are claiming false advertising, which is like crazy.
Which if I knew that's all you had to do to get a refund with PlayStation, fuck,
you would have bought
my money back for Diablo 4.
Yeah.
You know, we all are here from online. Have you guys actually? This is a better question. Have you guys actually like met in person?
No,
we
we're
will
about to
be
at DreamCon in July. So first
What's
time.
DreamCon?
It's about to be chaotic.
How long have you guys? How many years have you guys known each other?
Like 2?
Since 22. So 2 years.
Damn.
Dang, years fly by. I didn't really think that it was 2 years.
It was 22.
God.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, we started back at Iraq in 2020.
Oh yeah,
dang.
Wow.
Yeah.
COVID.
Go back on our YouTube channel. If you go back, the first episode was 2020.
Like it's kind of gross, but like the biggest thing is like asking the question of how do you guys properly maintain a friendship? But I mean, from at least what I heard, you guys are
bug the shit out of me. I be trying to live my life and you'll call me. Okay. I always answer the phone like, "What you want, nigga?"
You know what?
He'd be like, you didn't have to answer.
This is ridiculous. No, I'm kidding. My eyes literally burning. But nah.
Hey, you don't know
No, it's scheduled. This is scheduled conversations at the same time every single day, and
basically
we stay on here at least for like 4 hours.
Sometimes 6 feet.
Sometimes
we've done whole days. If it's a day that ain't nothing to do, we'll be on there. I'll be playing the game, watching anime, reading manga, watching maybe an NBA game, or just be in the background just talking. Sometimes we just not even talking, we just chilling, and then we'll say something.
Pretty much. I'll be watching anime, he'll be reading manga. He'll probably be playing a game. I'll probably be reading manga, just doing normal, otaku stuff.
Wow. Normal nigga shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't lie, Sondi. I'm gonna say, when you messaged us, I was like, hey, we should play with him. Be like, I don't fuck with him. Why are you asking to join? we were so close to say that just to mess with you.
We almost had a fake beef on live just for no reason.
Hey, I felt that because I was like, I don't want to just group them together off rip, but I was like, it's kind of fun to have the dynamic of like, all our friends, but I was like, what if I was thinking to myself, like, what if one of them was like, nah, actually, I don't want to be with that nigga on screen. Yeah. I want it to be just me. And I'd be like, what do I do? I already said, yeah.
Bruh. I can't tell him no now.
What do I do?
We come to the meeting, I'll be like, what is this nigga doing here? I didn't agree to this.
Kick him out the chat right now.
You like that Spider-Man meme. Like, what are you doing here? That'd be funny, I'm not gonna lie. We actually should have went through with that.
That is interesting. Because, like, me and Ben, we're, like, the complete opposite. Like, I mean, we do still, like, you know, we'll chat all day. But, like, yeah.
Well, we're 3 hours difference.
That is true. So, by the time that I'm going to bed, I'm like...
Yeah.
I feel like...
I'm like, nigga...
Bye.
Or you'll message me and you'll be like...
Y'all got family responsibilities. We ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
What's the difference in your guys' time zones? You and
just an hour because I have Eastern. He got Central.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That 2 hour difference or that 3 hour difference really like makes it hard for me. Like if it's 8 o'clock my time and I'm like, yo, let's chill. Sondi's already like.
I'm in bed, bro. I'm 11 o'clock. I'm in bed. I'm going to sleep.
The computer is off.
Yeah.
Like I do not want to talk to you. No.
Type shit.
I don't know.
I think it's cool though that you guys are actually meeting in person and everything like that too. And you know, once you guys meet in person, hopefully it's the exact same and everything.
It's not. We're gonna be fighting.
No, we're gonna be boxing. We already planned this out.
We already planned it. Yeah, he already.
We scuffing straight off the plane.
Yeah, as soon as you get there, fights happening.
Yeah, because I have a homie I have met online, and he was all the way out in Italy back when we used to make music, and he came out here. But the language barrier, because it's easier when, you know, you're just texting and you're like, yeah, cool, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, I like this song. But then when you're in person and, like, I'm having to, like, low-key, like, learn Italian and, like, translate back to him. We're both going back and forth, like, how do you say this? How do you say this? And that language barrier was there. Plus, I'm using slang, so he's like, what's a jai? Yeah. Yeah. What's a hip? Like
that was me, Sondi. You don't have to be fucking French or whatever. I don't know what the hell you're saying half the time, nigga. I'm like,
so it just made it awkward. I mean, it's still my nigga, but it's just like awkward. And you know, I just think about that. We always have this funny joke that we say to each other, like, man, what if we meet and we don't fuck with each other?
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
Like we just look at each other and we're like, this is short ass nigga.
Yeah, we were just saying.
Guess who I was talking to?
Yeah, we were saying. I was like, nigga, if I have to look up to you to talk, I'm going back. Like I'm going back.
I'm getting back on the plane.
I don't want to. Yeah, bro, about to be like, hey, what's up, man?
What's up, dude?
But then also just thinking about like, if I went over there, just like how different life is. Like just starting to think, because like certain things in our lifestyles like are different because he lives in the West Coast and I live on the East Coast. I live in the nation's capital compared to living
on the border.
Yeah. So we have like, different ideologies about certain things. And I just be thinking to myself like, damn, now that I think about it, I have never not seen a tree.
What?
Like, there are trees here, you fucking piece of shit.
No, I was gonna say you go there and you see a giant ass scorpion and a desert centipede.
That's what I'm saying. Like when that Breaking Bad filter kicks on, bro, I'm gonna be like, bro, what is going on? Like
usually tumbleweeds.
Like being able to see out and it's just land.
Hey, you gonna get off that? You gonna get off that plane? That shit gonna hit you. Just all that damn heat.
Yeah,
that's what I'm. Yeah. I'm not ready for that, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
the heat, I have, unfortunately, have to deal with down here.
You got the humidity, right?
Being in the boot, it's hot as hell. It's hot right now.
Yes, sir.
With the alligators in the backyard.
Yeah. And dry heat is a lot. I would prefer dry heat over humidity.
Humidity
because
is terrible.
Yeah.
Some days when I'm bored, if it's like cold as shit, I'll just look at the weather, what the weather's like over there, and I get mad as fuck. Like I remember one day it was during MagFest. It was snowing like shit over here, and I'm like, damn, I don't even know if we're gonna be able to make it to MagFest. Like, and it's just across the bridge. And then I look at your fucking weather, and it's 83 degrees. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Hey, same. Hate it. Yeah. Michigan weather, I hate it.
Fucking snow all the
Snow's
time,
ridiculous.
Bro.
At least, I mean, this winter was very light, but it'd be ridiculous. When it be snowing, it be snowing here.
Yeah, same here. and then it'll rain for fucking 3 years after that.
Yep.
Like,
been doing that BS too.
Is it humid where you're at, Com?
Not really right now, but it does. I'll say the humid in Michigan, it is very bad when it gets here, because we'll have like in July we'll have a streak of like we basically get no rain. It's just straight up humidity and hot ass heat, and it sucks.
What's the
it's
highest?
not as bad as y'all, but
it be getting like 80, 90s out there.
Yeah, it gets 80s. It gets 80s. I say 90 is probably like a stream where they like stay in the house, but most of the time it does get 80s.
Shoot, they don't care about us.
I'm gonna say it's probably 90 degrees outside right now for this nigga.
Nah, seriously. In the summertime, we can get to like 101 in the hundreds, and with humidity, so it's probably hotter than that. So
yeah, I got them big ass flies and shit, bro.
The mosquitoes.
I'm already sharp. I live on the water. I'm already sharp to them, bro. I like have to let my dog out, and I open the screen door for a little bit just to let her walk through and close that bitch before, or else it's a mosquito in there.
Yep.
Tapping me out.
Yep.
Get that west.
We have to run in the house and be like, hurry up, and lock the door. Because they come in there quick. They get in there quick.
So fast.
Yeah, I just think about that all the time, where I'm just like, damn, man. Because I've had that happen before, where like you meet like a shot, but see, that's different. Like you meet a shawty like that you had online, and then it's like, all right, pull up. Then you meet them online. I mean, in person, and you're like,
you're not.
Sondi, you're afraid
you're not. That's not. Wow.
You're afraid I'm gonna catfish you, Sondi?
Let me go to the bathroom.
Nah, it's not that. Cause see, listen, I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's why I said, like, how did 4 niggas from 4 different quadrants of the earth, of the United States, all come out to be relatively similar? Like, here's a freaky thing for
crazy.
you. I broke my elbow. I had multiple elbow surgeries. I fucked this whole shit up. And so this is as far as I can go in terms of like motion. And like I've had this limited range of motion for damn near like 12 years since I broke my elbow. And I remember I told Bendezzer about it, and he was like, "Oh shit, me too." And like that's weird. Like that's when it's like, okay, we're too much to say, nigga.
Okay,
like
there was a connection.
It was fate.
Yeah, y'all
type
meant to
shit.
be.
You were meant
Type
to
shit.
be
That's what
together.
I'm saying. We both date white women.
Too.
We both make music.
Similar.
Like,
Y'all both
similar.
milkmen?
A lot of like similar tastes and stuff. Like it was just weird. There's a lot of like just similarities, you know.
Y'all are the same person.
That's
essentially.
It's kind of strange.
that's why I'm really trying to figure out what my dad was doing back in '92, bro. I'm trying to really figure out.
It's like, is this my brother?
He actually thought for a while. He's like, hold on.
So hold on, who your dad is?
That is.
Visit his
he
house
actually
and there's a
thought
picture
that.
of your dad in there.
This is my father.
This is the only picture I have of my dad. Oh shit, that's him right there.
It's crazy. Me and Community have a lot of similarities, but also a lot of differences. We have a lot of similarities when it comes to hobbies, and our likes.
I get bit.
Wow.
I get bitches you don't.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Look, don't let me lock in.
Yeah, I do.
Don't let me lock in. You already know my body. Stop.
They're gonna be like, who's this Community person? What does he do?
Bruh. Now, when it comes to our hobbies and stuff, we have very similar tastes. It was kind of scary how similar our taste is. It was like, yeah, have you seen this? I'm like, oh yeah, I watched this ages ago. I'm like,
Yeah.
He's like, do you prefer cell animation? Yeah, of course. I'm like,
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. The only thing I know we got different is I watch the NBA a lot.
oh yeah, he likes sports.
doesn't.
I don't really like sports.
Same.
Oh yeah, hey Sondi, I saw
that's
you
me
was
and them.
following Dom. I saw you was following Dom 2K, and I was like, hey, I know Dom.
Yeah, I'm deep in the trenches when it comes to
Yeah,
I mean, you're not a sports person?
bullshit.
No,
Fantasy,
not
all that.
High five.
Oh, hey, look, I got a fantasy team I do every year with my friends.
Yo,
Yeah,
I got everything. I am deep into the trenches. I watch too much basketball.
Man,
Tell everybody where they can reach you guys at, where you guys can be at,
All right,
other than the
your
comment
turn.
section, you know.
Okay. You can find me on Community Splash everywhere: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I mean, I don't really use it. Twitter. What else is there? I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, Twitch, because I did start streaming a little bit on Twitch, but it's not really consistently. But if you're really looking for, oh yeah, I forgot. I have a side channel where I talk about gaming too. Community Deep Dive. So instead of splashes, deep dives. Yeah,
That's actually a cool
like
little
that.
catch.
I
I
like
got
that.
that.
I like that.
And that's like,
because you
that's
see
like-
the little parody. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
So yeah,
pretty
just
much
check. You can just find me on
go ahead.
YouTube. My
Yeah.
bad. Go.
No, you good. You can catch me on YouTube as Nebula JP, on TikTok, same thing, and Twitch, and also Instagram Nebula JP, and that's pretty much everywhere. Yeah.
No. Hey, what about your music?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, of course. Nebula with a period at the end. Don't forget the period. Spotify,
That nigga be
Apple
spitting, bro.
Music, all platforms, bars, all day. Yeah.
Drop a flex bomb. I'm dropping a flex bomb on that. Hard.
Bars.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for coming on, making the time for us to have.
Hey, thank you.
Nah,
Hey, we've been
absolutely,
waiting for it. Hey, trust me,
Yeah,
we've been waiting to talk to y'all. We've been waiting.
We didn't want to ask. We was like, nah.
Yeah, we did not want to
wait.
ask because we
gonna
was
wait.
like, we didn't want to be like no fangirls. Like, oh, we just pulled up. We was trying to be like that. Because as soon as we first came in here, yeah, we were like, nah. It was like, nah, we don't want to be like that. We don't want them to think we fangirls. I was like, let's play this out. Let's play the long game.
You guys didn't want to be desperate. You guys didn't want to look
Nah.
desperate.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't want to look
I'm
like
not
we just
gonna
came in
lie.
here just to be on a podcast or something.
I be feeling that way sometimes too. Right? Before we ask before we ask every person, I'm like, I don't even want to ask them for real because that's gonna feel like, please, you want to be on a podcast? Like, I don't want to do that. Like, you know? But at the same time, it's like, yeah, their input would be nice on this episode specifically. But at the same time, it's like
when we asked Sean or like Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to add. I'm not gonna be on TikTok that much anymore. I will mainly be on YouTube and Twitch. So Nebula JP on YouTube and Twitch.
All right, guys. Thank you. You guys know where to catch me and Sondi. Peace.
See y'all later.